I don't care what people think about my reputation. No matter what, the greatest fighters of all time, there's always criticism.
Iron Mike Tyson.
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion.
Mike Tyson he's Zeus.
Mike was a great fighter during his era. Thank God he wasn't in my era.
Biggest fans, brother. I was telling Mike, I'm still one of his biggest fans. He's given me so many thrills, man. You know, Mike, you've given all of us a lot of excitement. Most
Thank you.
Heavyweight in the last 50 years.
For me, Mike Tyson is like icon.
I mean, my own personal opinion, I think he should be considered as one of the greatest heavyweights that ever lived.
I really respect Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson or Ali?
Oh, both.
Oh, that's a shot.
God, you kill it all.
Oh, come on. We can't take all these shots.
Before you go to the next one, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Both legends. I love them both. Great people. Great character. And they're living history.
Generationally, they were the greatest.
Yeah.
In their own sense, you know.
Big up my brother Tyson.
Yes.
Much respect for him, Mike, because he's an icon of the sport.
You know, Mike Tyson, my favorite fighter of all time.
Oh, I didn't know.
Nobody know. I never even told Mike that. He inspired me when I was 11 years old. I seen Mike for the first time. I'm like, I want to be like me. At the Junior Olympics in Colorado Springs, you know, like I said, Mike Tyson is my favorite.
Heavyweight is a heavyweight. He's the strongest man on earth. He's the holder of the most prestigious title, the heavyweight title. Now, we've been given a smorgasbord of heavyweights, half of whom look like they are poster children for Save the Whales. I mean, I've dated girls who weren't built this well, but Mike Tyson was a throwback to what a heavyweight champion should be. He would lay out his opponents, render them into plowshares in 1 minute and 30 seconds. We wanted, as a boxing fan, is what the heavyweight champion of the world should be. And that is a man who can knock out men, not outpoint them, not barely get through them, but just decapitate them and go on to the next. That was Mike Tyson.
Tyson, ti si meni više puta pričao da si veliki obožavatelj
Jesam Tyson i zaista.
Mike'a Tysona i možeš mi reći zašto?
Zašto sam obožavatelj?
Da, zašto baš on?
Pa zbog njegovog agresivnog stila, zbog njegove, ja bih rekao, vještine koja je neusporediva s bilo s kim. Bio 178 cm visine, te otklone, taj stil boksa niko nikad nije imao poput Mike Tysona. Tako rušio ljude na takav atraktivan način, niko nije. Pogledajte i te treninge njegove i taj način, te otklone, on je prvi unio te otklone, ulazak, ruke na bradu, 2-3 ulaska, otklone, to je, ne znam, zaista nešto što, mislim da to, taj stil borbe je nedostižan. Zaprepaštuje me taj podatak, čovjek koji je toliko, znači satima je trenirao, bio je najmlađi svjetski boksački prvak u teškoj, po meni najbolji boksač, možda i svih vremena.
To baš treba pitati.
Da. Tyson obožavam. Taj njegov stil, gledaj, on je bio 1,78 m, čovjek je rušio ljude i ne može se, znaš, je ovaj tehničar, ali, znaš, Ali jednostavno nije to. Pa Tyson je bio onome, sa svima se borio, kako je ljude rušio s jednim udarcem je rušio ljude, to je strašno bilo. Takav nokauter se više nikad, i taj stil boksa, te otklone njegove, ne znam, obožavam tog lika, znaš, taj njegov boksački stil je stvarno bio van premca.
Angelo Dundee, the man behind the great Muhammad Ali, has said he's never seen combination punching like Tyson's. Each punch, he said, seems to be delivered with murderous intent. And he's not a bad judge either.
He's a marksman. If you look at this young man,
again he lunges in against.
When he throw punches, he just don't throw a punch for the heck of it. It was a cause and a reason, and believe it or not, he's right on target.
Tremendous fast hands and short punches. He's the best in the game that's ever did it with short punches.
But he could hit you quick, real quick, and his footwork was outstanding as well. In his prime, there was nothing like him.
The beast that will knock you out of a left or right.
Tyson matured at 19. He was nothing was standing in his way at that time. He ruled the planet at that time.
Tyson was a fearsome fighting machine who wanted and liked hurting people.
That guy was a nightmare in the ring. He wasn't that tall, that big, but he could hit you quick.
Yeah, Mike Tyson's crazy.
I didn't want to have anything to do with that guy.
You didn't want him?
No, I didn't want him.
No,
Mike Tyson was a monster. He was a monster.
Tyson would walk across the ring, throw one punch, knock him out, and that was that. He had established a reputation of being this real killer.
Mike Tyson has pit bull mentality. He don't know how to play.
That Tyson could hit, man. Even Muhammad Ali, who had not faced him, told me when I told him I was coming back, he said, "George, but that Mike Tyson can hit." That's punching power there. George, Mike Tyson hit so hard. He said it with a little more action to the words than just hard. It was like a warning. Don't do that, George.
And Mike Tyson, you're still dealing with what I've always considered the best punching heavyweight of all time when it comes down to punching power. Mike Tyson has got to be rated number one.
He hit guys and knocked them unconscious. Not unlike Joe Louis and George Foreman. And he had hand speed like a Muhammad Ali.
He's a problem for anybody because he is Iron Mike.
That's the one I would say these guys are going to meet in the future.
Oh, what a shot!
At that time I was saying, I hope I don't meet this guy, because he's like an animal.
I didn't want any part of Mike Tyson. No way.
Because Mike is a killer.
or Mike Tyson?
Iron Mike Tyson.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt. Frazier is down. Joe Cortez moved. 30-second knockout sensation. Watch the right hand of Mike Tyson. Marvis in the corner and trapped. There it was. Just clipped him right on the chin. The left was unnecessary. Marvis is badly hurt at this point. Uppercut again. And there, Marvis is out on his feet. Everything after this is just incidental.
The Frazier camp had expressed confidence before the bout. You wonder if they truly believed that Marvis could handle this kind of an attack.
You see that stiff left hand?
Well, what's been your toughest fight, Mike?
I don't know. My toughest fight I ever had, I probably a guy when I first started, a guy named Ribalta. It was a tough fight. It was pretty tough. It was a tough fight.
And you've trained or sparred with Ribalta, haven't you, Lennox?
Yes, I have.
What did you make of him?
He's a good boxer, good mover. He's going to definitely give Bruno a different look. And he's a stand-up, and he moves, and he uses his jab well as well.
When you came into the ring, you looked a bit serious and a bit somber, and I thought you didn't like what he said and you were going to have your own back on him, and you did, didn't you?
Harry, it's a very serious game, boxing, mate. It's not like commentating.
He was considered to be a very dangerous opponent.
He was a very, very durable and very dangerous opponent. You know, everybody knew that he was going to do. The boxing news said it. Colin Hart, everybody said, you know what I mean, that he's going to be dangerous and he's tricky, and his record stands for itself.
There's a look at Jose Ribalta. Ribalta comes right out, attacks, Seldon with a right hand, and Seldon goes down. Wow! A shocker. 5, 6, 7. And Seldon jumps back up.
I have never seen that in 10 plus years of announcing boxing. Floyd, he said he hit you with his best shot you were aware, right? I'll tell you what, he would have been hit by a shot by Ribalta when he was down. Here, we'll take a look at that right hand.
Round 9, the penultimate round of the schedule for 10 heavyweight tournament here in Biloxi, Mississippi. Oh, big right hand by Ribalta. That could even it up very quickly. Even if it goes 9 counts on our card. See those knockdowns, it comes up, Sam, now? There it is. It was a flash right hand.
2 official knockdowns, but what a wild and woolly start this has been. There's a right hand, and that was legitimate. Ribalta sends Spinks to the canvas.
You watch the way that Mike Tyson works that body. He can't do that.
And that was a right hand by Tyson. I don't mean to take anything away from Tillis, but
Ribalta has to keep those hands up at all times.
big right hand again, but Ribalta stays right there, holds on.
On a tall man like Ribalta.
It's a good left to the chin.
Tyson is inviting. And there was an uppercut. What a shot. Wow. You don't see that happen. A guy gets knocked down.
Uppercut. As you see Tyson bang to the body. Ooh, what a shot. Wow. Not too many fighters can survive with shots like that.
I wonder if there's more than 10 or 15 people on the planet who could live through those shots.
Getting into the category of who to thunk it.
Either they want Tyson to punch himself out, punch him very, very clean, very clean.
We'll just sit back and let you... No. Break your hand. Try to move both of them. Although I would think Tyson could even hurt you on the gloves.
Inside, you notice that Tyson throws a great deal of body shots. Either they want Tyson to punch him.
There was a big right hand, and that hurt Ribalta.
Oops, and there's that big right hand.
Botha is about to go.
This is all instinct. Like Tyson's going to say, got to throw more punches.
And there's a smashing left hand, and wisely, Tony Battle will send 5. Oh, what a shot, and Ribalta's down. 3, 4. He is up, but he is in some trouble. Another big left hand.
Oh, his legs.
And he's out. He's really out. And he actually caught Tyson. Goes, and Tyson is on top of him.
Take a look at Tyson to work. There's a nice uppercut, followed by a good 2-punch combination and 2 rights.
You want to continue? Yeah, okay.
Oh, so do you want to continue? He said, yeah, hell yeah. Here, Tyson with that aggressive style. That's a fighter. Say that there's no way.
Who was the first guy who said, I'll trade with you? And then when you realized that, how'd that make you feel?
What was his name? Jose Ribalta.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped him in the 10th round, and maybe they shouldn't have stopped it that quick.
Mm-hmm.
But we were fighting like dogs.
Uh-huh.
And I remember that for that fight, I thought I was going to beat him easily. Right. I had invited a girl from Philadelphia to come visit me, and after the fight, she's going to be my little tasty snack, right?
Sure, right. So that was the first guy who really said, you know what, I'm not intimidated by you.
He pushed me, yeah.
We'll trade.
Fighting. He pushed me fighting, not being defensive, punching back.
Right,
yeah.
Right. And was there part of you that woke up and said, oh, or was there part of you that liked it?
Yes. Well, no one likes any of that. I don't care how much they say, this is great. No, that's not great at all.
Right.
It's not great taking punches.
So fight now, I have to go with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, tough fighter. I would fought Mike Tyson. Yeah, he was a hard fighter. He was very, very good head movement. He punched hard, and he constantly put pressure on you. He was a strong guy.
The best boxer I ever boxed with Jane was Mike Tyson.
Distance with Mike Tyson. There was a right hand by Tyson, and that stopped Ratliff. And there was a left hand, and Ratliff will sit it out. 5, 6, 7.
So very professionally has cornered Ratliff, and then a short left hook. And the reason, again, as I've stated before, his punches are so effective.
Little doubt about that so far. Right hand.
Now as he moves in to end the fight, Ratliff is hurt. That right hand hurts him some more. It's just a question of letting him fall. A nice fight for Mike Tyson in the sense that he had a big guy trying to run.
And that's all. It's over.
But as they said about Joe Louis, you can run, but you can't hide. Right to the head. Good night.
It's never easy, is it? No, Larry, that's just to show you. They never give another opponent a chance. This man was strong, very awkward, and I predict a lot of things for this young man. All he had to do was be in shape like he was for me.
Trevor Berbick tonight took everything that Larry Holmes had to offer, and he still was standing at the end of 50.
Berbick was in tremendous shape. He was determined
not only to go the distance, but to win. And he deserves a great deal of credit. Have you ever hit anybody harder who could take a punch as he did?
No, I think I hit a lot of guys harder, and they went. But this guy was in excellent shape. I seen him with Berbick. With Tate, he didn't look that impressive. But I hit him with some hard shots, and this man took all the punches. But this man was very awkward, very confident. So when you're fighting a fighter like that, it's hard to beat him.
Come here, I want you to see something, Ronaldo. All right. Look down here. We're going to get a replay of how you hurt Trevor Berbick. Look at that. That's Mr. Snipes' right.
You said you want to win this fight, not to opponent, but to knock him out.
Right.
I went in to knock him out. The man's a tough man. He has an awkward style. I can't give him nothing but credit. The man took a good punch. He's a worthy contender. The man is a worthy contender. Wouldn't nobody else fight him? No one about fight Cosilla. I fought both of them.
The fight with Berbick was a hell of a fight. I think I lost that fight by 1 point. If I would have won another round, the fight would have been mine. But unfortunately, and all of it's in the book, but Trevor was a great guy, hell of a fighter, strong puncher, and had some skill, so I don't take nothing from Trevor. I don't care what nobody says, because he did the 15 with Ali, he did the 15 with Larry Holmes. This guy, he wasn't no joke. He was tough.
What about the heavyweight that hit you the hardest? Do you remember who hit you the hardest? The one that you really stung the most?
I'll be honest with you. The heavyweight, and it was the toughest fight, one of my toughest fights, and that was Trevor Berbick.
Yeah.
And, to me, it's just no way.
Berbick, big left hand, and that rocks Crabtree into the corner. Follows with the right, measures him now.
This should be about the last hurrah.
And that's it. Crabtree goes down. It does not look like we need to count on this one. Bernie Soto goes through the motions nonetheless, but
final moments of a gritty and game opponent. Crabtree taking every shot until he can't take anything else. And right there, it's just almost pointless to punch anymore. Right hand. You could see wind up when a guy with the muscles, like you can see on the back of Berbick, winds up with a right hand. There's nobody can take that kind of punch. Nobody.
Clips him with the left hand. Look at this. And Berbick ready to go, but he stays on his feet. Crushing right hand. Wow, with a left hook, then a right hand right in the temple bone, and he's in trouble here. Courage, but this is a poor fight plan. Oh, the right hand gets him behind the left ear. In front of him. That is, a left hook that really caught him. Tyson knows that he can score at will now. Catches him with a left hook. Trevor's right. See this? Tyson walking right through.
Boom. Right off the temple. Right off the temple.
It's easy to hit. The guy going for everything. Look at that.
I'm the youngest champion ever in the history of the sport. My record will last for immortality. It will never be broken.
Mike Tyson, 20 years old, a heavyweight champion. How does it feel to be wearing this belt?
Well, it's the moment I waited for all my life since I started the game of boxing. And as everyone said, that Berbick didn't have a chance. Berbick was a very tough, very strong, in fact, very strong. I was never expecting to be as strong like that. I knew he was strong, but I didn't expect him to be as strong as me. And he was very strong. I was coming to destroy and win the heavyweight championship of the world, which I done.
Mike Tyson did over Trevor Berbick. Boy, when I saw that, I was down visiting Vegas, and I thought, this guy's a nightmare.
Tyson is a real hard puncher also. He punches real hard. But I kind of knew that he had the talent to become world champion. Because I used to spar with Trevor Berbick all the time. I used to spar with Trevor Berbick, and I thought when Trevor Berbick for Tyson, I thought that Tyson may have a little edge because Tyson was quicker. He was strong. You know, I think he probably had a little edge on Trevor Berbick. You know.
Were you surprised the way Mike Tyson beat Trevor Berbick?
Yes, I was surprised. Because I expected for it to go at least 7 or 8 rounds at least. You know, but it went 2 or 3 rounds.
2 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. Yes.
I thought so, but again, Pinklon is a great warrior, and he came to fight, and he's a diehard.
With it's called the King of the Rings, the Golden Era Boxing. With the heavyweights, I got Bone Crusher, I got Tim Witherspoon, Ernie Shavers, Jerry Cooney, of course, and Mike Weaver. You know, myself, you know, and it's the Golden Era Boxing. So that's when you can remember when we had the WBA, the IBF, the WBC champions, and the number one. You know who the contenders was. Right now, I don't even know who's who. Only one I know about is the Klitschko, and I don't even know what champion or what alphabet soup he's in. You know, all I do know is that thank God he wasn't in my era when I was using that good left jab. You know, he stood tall, but man, you know, I stood long with mine.
How about Pinklon Thomas?
I fought Pinky. Listen, he out-jabbed me. He out-hustled me. And I really respect Pinky. I trained real hard for Pinky.
Mike Tyson paid you the biggest compliment. He said of all the title defenses that he fought, he feared you the most because of your big jab. He thought he would have the most trouble with you.
Let's go. Come on. Both hands! Both hands! Work, you guys do it. Stop!
Come here, Pink. He's the one who's closing. There's 2 hard jabs, 3 hard jabs, a 4th one. Suddenly he erupts. A 5th hard jab. The book on Tillis, as he drops his left, he's susceptible to a countering right.
Thomas has done the stalking in this round 1.
Thomas got fatigued. Good, strong left jab. Setting up with the left jab. He has one of the best left jabs in the heavyweight division. You've seen the punch maybe 7 times, and it was a good left hook from Pinklon Thomas. There's no question that Greer was really hurt. Now, he is in trouble, as you pointed out. Thomas didn't quite know what an advantage he had, and down goes Greer. Now, he did make it up.
I want to get another top 15 guy, you know, and then I'll fight anybody.
Well, that's plain enough. Pinklon Thomas wants anyone in the heavyweight division.
Have to go some to be more up-tempo than at first. The reason Mike is being hammered, the left jab of Thomas is quite, stronger than his right hand. Left jab of Mike Weaver's already busting the mouth of... It is a solid jab put out there by Pinklon Thomas. And you can see the damage it's doing. It's a little abrasion over the left eye of Mike Weaver. Very early on here. Is the most effective left jab I've seen outside of Larry Holmes. They say the best perhaps in boxing since Sonny Liston.
Pinklon Thomas has a good left jab, good strong left jab.
Thomas content to keep that left hand down around his waistband. And Thomas keeps that left hand down by his side too until he flicks the jab.
The damage is the left jab of Pinklon Thomas because it's like a right hand because he's converted southpaw. The jab of Pinklon Thomas is so strong and so devastating.
It's been the one big punch. But Thomas has got that jab in his face, and it's a very effective jab. You can just hear it snap every time he uses it.
Exactly. He's snapping it.
He is picking the tempo up here. Coming with the right hand a lot more than he was early.
That left jab is devastating. Just snapping the head of Tim Witherspoon.
He has been blinking for most of the fight.
Look at the left jab of Pinklon Thomas. It's getting through the defense of Witherspoon so easily now.
And again the jab, right through the gloves. Radar jab.
Thomas' jab is getting through beautiful. And what has been doing the most damage has been the left jab. Especially for Pinklon Thomas.
I'm really impressed with the left jab of Pinklon Thomas. I really am. One of the best I've seen in the heavyweight division in a long time. Look at that jab.
That jab is beautiful.
I tell you, he makes...
Everyone claims that Holmes got the best jab in the business, and I wanted to show that I have a hell of a jab too, and mine is more powerful and devastating than his.
Georgie working with Pinklon. It's amazing that he's not using it.
By Acosta. Oh, and Acosta down by Thomas.
He got a thumb in the eye. He got a thumb in the eye. 5, 6, 7. Again, he's got a thumb in the eye.
I want Larry Holmes. I hope you hear me, Larry Holmes. I want you, Larry Holmes. I want you. And I'll be at your fight tomorrow. And you won't miss me because I have on a gray suit.
Pinklon Thomas showed he had more than just a jab when he went against former champion Mike Weaver and destroyed Weaver with a single right hand.
Halfway mark, what a right hand!
I think Mike is, as I said, he was one of the best out there. He was the best. He's the #1 contender. But that's over now. That's history. I want Peanut Head Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes didn't even have Pinklon Thomas on his list of potential future opponents. All right. But Pinklon, was that as good a right hand? Did you?
Where you at? Where you at?
What are your plans now? What would you like to do in the best of all possible worlds?
I want to cut Larry Holmes off at the pathway. I want Larry Holmes to get in the ring and prove to the world that he's the reigning heavyweight champion that he say he is.
Pinklon Thomas probably is the best fighter in the world.
Pink got a good right hand.
I think the fact that Pinklon Thomas is using his left jab, which is one of the best left jab in the heavyweight division.
Well, Pinklon is a good fighter. You see, he's got a powerful left jab.
Mike Weaver.
Well, I tell you, those are some tough jabs that Thomas is throwing on Berbick. That jab.
Pinklon Thomas jab just stops you in your tracks. There's so much power behind this jab. Up that hook. A little arm weary here. Just pretty much sticking that jab out.
Jimmy Jacobs, the manager of the wonderful young heavyweight Michael Tyson, said that the last man he wanted Tyson to fight was the man who lost tonight. That's how highly he thought of Pinklon Thomas.
He's just too young to understand. I think I forgot about more than he probably knows or will probably learn in anything. So he's got to go to school yet. And he haven't faced an opponent like me. He haven't faced the caliber of a fighter like me. He haven't faced a real champion. And I'm a champion.
The Pinklon that I want for Tyson is going to do a number on Tyson. I mean, a real number. I mean, it's just Tyson don't belong in the same category as a Pinklon Thomas. And I mean, I don't mean that sarcastically or berating a Tyson. Tyson hasn't been to school yet. Now, all the qualities of a Pinklon Thomas beats Tyson. He's got the best jab I've seen since Liston. It's a crushing jab. It go right through him. All I can tell you is that him in the right frame of mind, him in the proper conditioning, him not thinking of other things, is a heck of a fighter. He's the best heavyweight out there.
I think Smith just proved a point that, the kid is not invincible.
And there's Pinklon Thomas trying to get off first in his dressing room and work up a sweat.
So I respect him. I have to respect him because he's a champion. But the night of the fight, after the bell ring, I have no respect for him at all.
Well, he levels his punches. I mean, he gets so much leverage behind each punch. Well, the reason I said the uppercut would be a factor is because Pinklon Thomas at times would lean inside. It was an accurate punch and a very powerful punch.
It's amazing. The thing that surprised me more than any other, I know it's a bit early to start calling him the best heavyweight ever, he's just won the title, but I've never seen a heavyweight who throws punches with the speed Tyson's punches move at, and none of the other heavyweights in the series can match him for speed or strength, so I don't know how they're going to hold him off.
And I knew Pinklon Thomas came to win back his title, and I felt very confident in a spectacular performance.
That led to the first stoppage of Pinklon Thomas in his professional career.
I saw every time I hit him with a punch, I was able to hurt him, and then I wasn't concentrating on just take him out. I knew anytime I hit him, I could hurt him, and I wasn't really conscious of just going any amount of rounds. Just trying to land a shot and get him out there and get him hurt and finish him. And I was pretty satisfied. I put punches together, and I knew I had to take him out in the 6th round, and every punch was throwing bad intentions. And once I got him hurt, you know, he shouldn't even blink or twitch. And once I found out, I just put it all out, and that was it. And right now, I'm throwing my jab, and I'm going into my left where I'm going to throw the hook. Because I knew he was going to drop his right as soon as he jabs. And right there, he was in a tremendous amount of pain.
You got underneath his jab to throw that left hook. A lot of people said that his jab gave you trouble. Is that accurate?
No, not at all. But as you know, he had the best left hand in the business. And he could give anyone problems, but I refused to be denied. And after I saw I had him hurt, I just put everything together. And the punches he was taking was tremendous. Even though he seems like he's incoherent at the moment, he's able to get away from some of the punches, but they were just coming in such a concession. Oh, and he was so brave, man. He took those punches. Any lesser guy would probably stay down for the first left hook.
And when he did hit him, let me tell you something, this guy's got a hell of a chin out there, so.
Catching a good shot. The guy have a good chin.
Over your boxing career, who was your toughest opponent?
Besides myself, I thought it was Pinklon Thomas. He's my toughest opponent. I never thought him. Before, he would have asked me 5 years ago, 2 years ago, but then I watched the tape from a friend of mine told me to watch this. And I hit him with 17 punches, flat on the face. And he went down, but it was 17 punches. 17 punches, flat, all of them hard as can be. And the last one, he just passed out. But I just saw it a couple of days. I was thinking, God, that's my toughest fight. He took 17 on the chin.
One of the best left jabs in the business. And coming this April 2022, he's been elected into the National Boxing Hall of Fame. We've got Pinklon Thomas. Pink, how are you today?
Hey, Mike, I'm doing great, man. And I just want to say thank you for having me, man.
So, Pink, was there ever a boxer who could knock somebody out with just one punch as well as Mike Tyson could, in your opinion?
Well, I think Mike was a great champion. He intimidated a lot of guys because of his actions, because he took guys out in the first round. He went after them with a vengeance. And, of course, when I fought Mike, a little bit of I think I had a little bit of experience I tried to capture the moment of not being able to get hit by all the bombs that he was throwing, and but for me, Mike was a great champion. He held his own. I can appreciate him as a champion. Just a tough call with him being in the league of all the elites, and then to come up with one, it's going to be crazy. Kid was I still call him a kid. He's still a great champion. I love him. I respect him. And, I give him his props, man,
For years, Larry Holmes was ducking you. Was he afraid of you?
Hey, you know what? I wasn't even going to say nothing. I wasn't going to say nothing about that. And I'm still not going to say it, man. I think this would be the first show I never even said nothing about that or said nothing about Larry.
Now, the first ever
The first ever Olympic super heavyweight champion was from Philadelphia, and his name was Tyrell Biggs.
I thought Tyrell was going to go all the way. I thought Tyrell was going to be champion of the world, heavyweight champion of the world.
They always see some nice defensive ability. Biggs backing up. He should be hammering him over and over with that jab, just like that.
And Tyrell Biggs now opening up, dancing, throwing in the jab. Larry Holmes with the jab, a little of dancing in Muhammad Ali. And a great size, just under 6'5" and just under 220 pounds.
Hammering right hand, even though it's still amateurish, it is getting in occasionally. And that jab again and again, Biggs. That's what's swelling the features of the defenseman. What a jab it is. Future, the next heavyweight champion of the world, and he just might be. But Tyrell Biggs, there's a plus and a minus, the good and the bad. The good, I think your left jab is strictly world class, behind maybe only Larry Holmes' jab and Carl the Truth Williams' jab. I thought Biggs looked real good, though.
Right and left jab. A lot of this is unnecessary showboating, and it's tiring. Meanwhile, he's tattooing soon.
Favorably, they know that Tyrell Biggs is demonstrating some heart and some courage here.
I happen to think he's also demonstrating a bad tactic right here.
Biggs in the black.
Good stiff jabs by Tyrell, but he's bailing out with him. He's throwing him going backwards.
And they don't appear to have much of an effect either.
You see,
now Bo goes, forces. Tyrell Biggs over towards the ropes. Go the distance. Phil Newman, Lynn. They'll come into play if it goes the full 10 rounds.
Count to 10, Dan, but... there's the heavy jab.
Good solid jab to the forehead.
And an uppercut.
Busy throwing roundhouse shots.
Let's see what Biggs can do with this guy now. Snipe's really annoyed with himself. The crowd wants to see Biggs to absorb it. Comes right back with a right of his own. Now Biggs comes back with a shot of his own.
Oh, a right hand catches Snipes, and down he goes.
A look of disgust on the face of Ronaldo Snipes. He's really annoyed. Counts up the weight. The right hand caught him. Wow, bam, and there it is. He's in the process of throwing his own right hand, but he drops. Be sure you know where your guy is. See it? He drops the left, and it's just a short, crisp right hand. Just again, he drops the left shoulders. He starts to throw his own right, and he walks right into a right hand.
He took a lot of great shots and came back against a very experienced fighter, and I think he should be rated a 9 on his performance.
Changed his style a little bit more flat-footed, a little bit more of a banger tonight.
Well, I'm sure that his trainer let him do that to give him the confidence that he has a lot of power. As you know, in his right hand, he dropped him earlier in the fight, and I think Tyrell Biggs coming along marvelously fighting that style.
All right, thanks very much. That's Mike Tyson. He, of course, the heavyweight champion. We'll talk more with him. Let me turn to Sugar Ray Leonard. And Ray, what about your reaction to this fight tonight? What did we see here?
Well, I think we saw a totally different Tyrell Biggs, a much stronger Tyrell Biggs. Although, for the wrong reason, he decided to get inside. He could have made the fight a lot easier by boxing and using that left jab. That left jab proved to be the key to that right hand.
Showed a good chin, a lot of promise. 10-round decision, unanimous decisions. The winner, Tyrell Biggs in 10. Here's a right hand.
Hard right hand. Popped him, established the jab, had a mind for the...
Let's take another look at those two right hands. There's the first one, and he's still got 45 seconds to do that, and I don't think he's going to do it. Richard Steele steps in and stops the fight. There's one of the great comebacks, and that's all Tyrell Biggs needed. Richard Steele stepped in, ended it, and Tyrell Biggs now...
Trouble smothers it.
Eddie Fudge told us yesterday he is... Never... Oh, good left hook and retaliation by Tyrell.
A little cautious.
There, a good right hand.
Again, Biggs going to the body.
And Bowles is taking it.
But I don't know whoever said Tyrell couldn't punch. He can punch.
Yeah, he fought a very valiant fight. We really should say that he gave you the kind of work that you needed to get to the highest levels of the heavyweight division. In the third round also, Ruddock, and he seemed to stun you a little bit there, you came back well.
Well, he thought he stunned me, and you thought he stunned me, but again, it's a small
And he
thing.
stunned you, Ruddock.
It's a small thing to a giant. He did, you know, but you know, I didn't want him to know that. But I was able to recuperate and get the job done, you know.
I was with Ruddock when he was an amateur, and we had a lot of fun, but he never showed the drive to be a champion.
Louis brought him in as a sparring partner for Tyrell Biggs. Tyrell's beating the living shit out of him every day.
Today, Tyrell Biggs is a very skillful fighter, and I look forward to matching my skills against his.
He has to answer. Can he cope with a clever boxer? Can he survive a heavy puncher?
Right hands and left hooks. Tyson is ripping some tremendous shots to the body. 45 seconds of the round, Barry. He stopped. Became stationary target.
Fight according to his fight plan, but he still took some strong shots from Tyson.
But see, now Biggs again.
And the game plan was for Biggs rather to move to his left. And Biggs starts the third round backing up a little bit. Did get in.
Here, Mike Tyson, or as I call him, Mr. Body Puncher, punched away at Biggs and did most of the damage to his body.
And a body shot with the left hand.
It's going to require a lot of work to Biggs. Keep working his body, and the right hand does the most damage.
Another left hook.
And here is Tyson's most effective punch. Biggs has been on his flat-footed more in this round than he was in the first round. Got nailed with the left hook. He has shown in the past that he takes a good punch. You don't want to take too many from Tyson.
Same eye, the same cut.
And another big left hand, and Biggs is hurt.
Which is not his fight plan.
And there's a huge left hand.
That offsets someone else's jab.
Another left hook.
The hook's going to land all night, Barry, because his right hand is down.
Right hand body shot. But Biggs is doing almost everything exactly the opposite of what he said he was going to do. Huge left hand there by Tyson. And a combination by Tyson, a left and a right behind him. And so we start the fifth round, and Tyson is right on his man.
Well, I think this is a good education for the public, because the fans at home, because they're seeing bruises because Tyson is hard. Good body shot by Mike Tyson.
And Biggs holding on a great deal now. There was a right hand by Tyson.
To fight Mike Tyson's fight. I love those body shots, Barry.
Do it, generally speaking, with one punch.
You know what's happening here? Actually.
And now it's Tyson just hammering him. Another left hand, and there's a great shot. Biggs is in trouble. Point in the last round, our punch stat figures Tyrell Biggs through. Shown any more blood. Like I'm being redundant with that, but he hit him with many big left hands, Ray.
The same thing happened. So all we had was actually a replay of what took place. Here, Mike Tyson just wears his man down with beautiful short left hooks.
It was really more his legs than anything else. He was just kind of off balance, had his legs together, just never really got it together. the end for Tyrell Biggs.
Angles and combination.
Yeah, and Ray, he did it for one round. That was it.
But that was his fault, bro. He forgot. He just gave up. We just abandoned the tactics that would have been effective.
What was the lowest point in your professional career?
That was a big letdown when I fought Tyson for the championship of the world. Of course, that would have to be the biggest letdown because I was right on the verge of becoming champion of the world.
Well, people,
and I fell short.
Well, people forget that was a great Tyson. He was 31 fights unbeaten, and you decided to go in there toe-to-toe, so no one could ever question your heart or desire.
I play soccer in Barcelona. I play soccer. Look, everybody put in front of you wet. Wet. Everybody put in front of you wet.
Mike Tyson extinct, and nobody around looks like they can do it. There are a lot of potential opponents out there, but really the only guy that I know of who could do in Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. All right, Mike, we hear now that you're going to fight Larry Holmes next. Why Larry Holmes?
Well, I don't have any say-so in the matter. I'll just fight and I'll defend my title against any man in the world. If I was you, I'd talk to Jim Jacobs about that.
Do you want to fight Larry Holmes?
I'll fight any man in the world because I believe there's no one in this planet that can beat me.
Okay, then let me ask Jimmy Jacobs, the co-manager of Mike, why do you want to fight Larry Holmes next?
Well, the reason is that I would say that 90% of the world thought that Larry Holmes beat Michael Spinks the last time they fought. In fact, Larry, of 46 newspaper men polled after the fight, 42 men of the 46 voted for Larry Holmes in the last fight with Michael Spinks. Larry is sitting at home feeling that he's the champion, and that's the reason we're going to fight him.
If that's the type of fight he wants, he can get it from me. I am the best. I can thumb. I'm the best thumber in the world. That's what I want to do. I can hit out to the belt. I can hit low. So any way he want to fight, he can get it out of me.
I don't think it's either in the worst or best traditions of boxing. Boxing history is replete with 27 heavyweight champions attempting to regain the title. However, the champion we're talking about, Larry Holmes, was defeated by a split decision in his last fight against Michael Spinks, where everyone, even you, Larry, everyone, including you, thought that Larry Holmes won the fight.
Okay, then what about Michael Spinks?
Now, Larry, let me ask you first of all the obvious. Is there a deal for you to fight Mike Tyson?
Yes, it's a deal. There are a few things that we have to work out yet, but it's a deal. You know, I'm ready to go in there with Mike sometime in January, whatever day they want. And hopefully it's going to be on HBO because I want the world to be able to see it. And out of this fight, I hope it's such thing as fairness. Last time I didn't get it, and I complained about it. The world's seen it. Now I hope once they see it once more, it's fairness. I'm going to knock this guy out. I'm an experienced professional fighter. I am no kid. I do not play. So if he wants to fight any way he wants to fight, I am capable of fighting any way anybody wants to fight. You got to demand the respect. And you can't demand respect if you don't have a good left hand. That's something that I got at 37, will soon will be 38 years old.
Alexander, There has been talk about your age in the build-up to this fight. You are 38. You are 11 years older than Daniel Dubois. Boxing is a young man's game. Father time waits for no one. What do you say to this?
I respect this guy, this young guy. This guy motivated, but I'm too. I'm not old guy. 38 is not. It's not old. You know.
The obvious question is to ask you about the layoff, but I asked this guy behind me about the layoff too, and he came back, and of course he beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler. But what about Larry Holmes' layoff?
Well, I tell you, sometimes the layoff is the best thing for you. As you know, I was fighting 4 or 5 times out of a 12-month period. Sometimes that wear and tear on your body, and sometimes you need a good rest. I think the rest probably helped me more by not going to the gym every day, not getting up in the morning every day. I think that rest helped me pretty much. And now it made me, I got that desire again to go out there one more time to show the people who the real heavyweight champion is and give it back to the dogs.
You might be the first grandfather to ever win a heavyweight championship.
No doubt about it. If I didn't think I was going to win, Barry, I wouldn't even get in this ring. I don't need the money. HBO know I don't need the money. I'm very rich with what I have, and I'm happily married, and I'm just going to keep on doing what I want to do. This fight came up as an opportunity, is get back something that they took away from me. I mean, the world know it, Michael Spinks know it, and you know it, and HBO know it. And I got a chance now to do it one more time to get it back, and I'm going to take full advantage of it.
A name on a contract and a date for this fight. Is it going to happen, and if so, when?
It's going to happen, Barry, and it's going to happen in January. The new year will be brought in with a return to glory and giving Larry an opportunity to recapture the glory of yesteryear. When I went down to talk to him about fighting, he put on a 15-round exhibition and was stupendous. A guy who did all of the tough things that a fight has to do with the rigorous schedule, and he demonstrated to me by no uncertain indication that he's ready, and he's going to be in that ready to fight on 20 January.
And what happened, Don King told me it was only a 12-round fight, so I did 3 extra rounds when I didn't have to.
Well, you look good. I got to say, you look good. Thanks to both of you, sir.
He's not executing tonight. He's standing flat-footed, pounding left jab, and it's not there. Big right hand to the body of Larry. And I hope he doesn't get hurt tonight. Let's see what we see here. Digs to the body, now the left hook. That grazes past the chin. Mike up on his toes. Larry standing flat-footed. Mike comes right through. There's a little bit of bounce there, but then he goes back to settling down, back on his heels. Mike moves the body, moves the head side to side, looking for another payday. Looping right hand gets through. He ties him up inside so Mike can't punish the body. There's a digging body shot, a bit on the low side. Borderline shot. Okay, let's see the replay. Watch for the right hand. Boom! See that spin the head? And there's the bell ending the round. Now watching the bell, you'll see a left hook. Oh, right there on the ear. Swinging that left hand in front of him. Shades of Holmes of old. He is back to the... Oh, a left hook got Larry that time. Right now, getting through this 4th round is the biggest problem. Oh, right hand. Down goes Larry Holmes. For one of the few times in his career, here's the first knockdown. A crushing right hand right on top of the temporal bone. Watch the way, see? Watch the way, see? He's almost jogging into it. He's got everything going for him when he lands that right hand. Feints. Boom, right there. Look at that. The power of that right hand. And Mike driving off his... But right now, Mike Tyson is in charge. He's the boss, and Larry's down for the 2nd time. There's no free knockdown rule, but Larry's in a heap of trouble. Right hand. And then just an accumulation of pretty good shots there. This isn't as tough a knockdown as the first one. Same thing. See, he misses that shot. Catches him good there below the jaw. But he's already rattling his brain. He's out on his leg right here. And then on top of the head, which rattles the brain. Oh, Joe Cortez takes a look into the eyes. Outstretched left foot. And Larry's okay because he's never been hurt like this before. Oh, that is a tough punch. Big shot. Right hand hurt Larry again. Goes to throw right hand. Gets clipped with a big right hand. He won't get up from this one. It's all over. Joe Cortez is seated up, and Larry Holmes is knocked out. He doesn't count him out, but he's out. And then look, right there. Boom. Right there, he's caught exposed, and Mike, boom, he jumps on it. And that's all she wrote. Mike Tyson retains the heavyweight championship of the world.
And I'm with Bill Caton, the co-manager of Mike Tyson. Bill, for Mike Tyson, he says this is not all of that special. It's nice to be the great old champion. Does it have any significance to you?
Oh, sure. It had great significance to us. Mike met the most experienced fighter he had ever met. And we felt that Mike's skills, speed, punching power would prevail, but we knew that Larry Holmes had one thing going for him, far greater experience, and it showed in the first few rounds.
This fight could have been held a year ago if Larry Holmes had been willing to take it at that time.
Yes.
And at that time, Mike Tyson was a much cruder fighter than now. Yes. Would he have had much more difficulty, you think?
I don't think so. Mike had been taught how to fight Larry Holmes by Cus D'Amato. Cus would sit at the screen over Larry Holmes' fights with Mike right next to him and tell Mike how he should fight Larry Holmes. Cus had always wanted Mike to fight Larry Holmes early in his career.
Now, I know that one of your people that you admire most is Joe Louis, and he won the title 25 times. Would you be going to beat that record?
Well, I'm not a record person anymore. My main objective was being the youngest fighter ever to win the title. And I really believe, deep down inside, I could have won the title at 19, been the first teenage heavyweight champion.
Who would you have had to have beaten for that?
Perhaps Holmes.
Yeah. You think you could have beaten Holmes at 19?
Yes. I'm very much sure. I would have beaten Holmes at 16, but I wasn't confident enough. I didn't know, but I knew everything to beat him. You know, I knew the technique, and I knew all the punches to throw, but I just didn't have the confidence.
Mike, at the age of 20, you became the youngest heavyweight in history. How did that make you feel?
Well, it was a lifelong dream, and I was happy to accomplish it. I just wish that Cus D'Amato was there to witness it with me, because we worked so hard together to accomplish that goal, and he wasn't there. So it really took a lot out of me. It didn't mean as much to me as it would if he was alive.
Is Cus the missing link in your life at the moment?
I don't know if I say missing link. I'm just, he was just a very close entity to me. He was very close. He was very close to me, and we set out a lot of dreams together. You know, we talked in the middle of nights. Many times we talked about what we were going to do and who would be. I remember being 15. He talked to me about how I was going to knock Larry Holmes out. Larry Holmes was a champion, and he talked to me about how we were going to knock Holmes out. And he used to always try to get me to go down there and spar with Larry Holmes. See, I didn't believe in it, but he had so much confidence in me. I didn't believe I could go in the gym and probably knock Holmes down and knock him out and get that $100,000. At the time, he was paying people $100,000 for knock him out. And I was only 15, but he said, you got to have the confidence and belief. If you could believe it, you can do it. He said, you could punch hard enough, you could do it, but you got to believe it. And he always told me, he said, if you believed it, and you had the confidence, I'll let you fight for the title right now. At 15, he said, I'll let you fight right, only because you have all the tools, but if you believed it in your heart, I will let you fight tomorrow for the title.
You had the ingredients, but at 15, did you believe
didn't have
you
the
could do
confidence. I thought he was totally out of his mind. But I realized that it's not the age of a child, you know what I mean, that makes him a man. It's his actions that makes him a man. And if he believes, he can accomplish it.
When Tyson was about 15 years old, obviously I was training him, and me, him, and Cus, we were watching a Larry Holmes fight. We were watching it, and Cus, the great Cus D'Amato, you know, my mentor, and he says to me, you know, your guy, meaning there's this kid sitting over there that was 15 years old, but was probably about 210 pounds already, solid, you know, and he says he could beat Larry Holmes right now if it was only a 3-round fight. But he doesn't have the experience to maintain it beyond 3. Then he would, you know, break down. But one day he will have that experience. And because of a flaw, and then he turns to Tyson, because of a flaw in Larry Holmes that you can see here, you will knock him out with a right hand over his jab.
And maybe to those who refrained from giving him credit, the fight continues. Oh! A right hand was Larry Holmes.
because when he throws his jab, he doesn't move his head. He stays stationary in one place. And if you're not afraid to throw the punch, and by then you won't be, and if you're not hesitant to throw it and not worried about getting hit, you can time the right hand right over it, and you knock out Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes and Mike Tyson are getting in the ring. And actually, it was a couple days before the fight, and I wonder if I'm about to mention somebody, I wonder if he watches the podcast. I'm sure he does. But a friend of mine, Randy Gordon, he used to be the commissioner of New York. He used to be the Ring Magazine editor, I believe. And he also did commentary for ESPN. And so we were talking, and he said, who do you like in a fight? I said, of course, Tyson. And I believe he said he liked Holmes. So I said, no, Tyson's going to knock him out. I said, I'll make you a bet. I'll make you a bet for a steak dinner in a good restaurant where I only win if Tyson knocks him out. So he said, all right, I'll take that bet. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling a little cocky. I'll take it a step further. I should have made it odds. I should have said, give me 4-1, you know? Yeah. But I wasn't thinking that way. I said, matter of fact, even better. If he doesn't knock him out with a right hand, I don't win. He's going to knock him out with a right hand. Even better, he's going to knock him out early. Because I figured that since he was 15 years old, he was told he was going to knock out Larry Holmes with a right hand. If you know that and you have that information, that belief, you're not going to wait until the 10th round to do it. You're going to do it early. Sure enough. So Randy Gordon must have thought I was crazy. He said, all right, you got that bet. And there I am watching the fight. And all I knew in my mind, I knew Tyson was going to knock him out. Bang. The right hand comes over, down goes Holmes.
That was a right hand, and down goes Holmes from a crashing right hand.
I think I remember Gordon saying, how did you know? How did you know?
And what was effective for you, do you feel, up until the fourth round?
The right hand. I knew I was going to him the right hand, because all through his career, he was left up with the right hand.
And eventually that proved true. Was it something you saw, or was it just a question of getting close enough, firing off enough, and hoping for one to get in?
Kevin Rooney was telling me to get close enough so I could land the right hand, and I saw the opening, and I did.
That was a right hand, and down goes Holmes from a crashing right hand.
The old Larry Holmes would always get up and fire back. But he's in against a guy who is a tremendous finisher. You've seen a lot of films of him. He always got up in the past. Did you think he would be able to fire back? It looked there at one point.
I knew once I got him hurt, he was finished.
That you're saying that other times he was knocked down, the fighters didn't know how to finish him?
Absolutely.
I had set Mike Tyson up. I set him up for everything that I was doing. It was working. You got to use a jab. If you don't have a jab, you ain't got no fighter.
Yeah.
If you don't jab, you can't just walk in on somebody and knock them out. You got to set them up with that jab. Wow, jab, wow, pop, jab, pop. We used to say the jab was most important thing to use in the fight. You got to use the jab, man. Get them. My thing I always say, you got to make them drunk before you mug, and then you mug. You know.
Yeah.
So take your time. Go out there and do what you got to do. Box. Use your jab. Use the jab. The jab will keep everybody right hand off your face if you throw it right. So I moved and moved and moved and moved, and that's okay. Now in the fourth round, I'm gonna start hitting him a little bit more.
Old fighter who appears to be shot can pull together one big effort.
Look at Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes is trying it right here.
Look at the jab. It's starting to stick out. A snap.
And the crowd is really into this, has been from the opening bell.
Look at the jab. Larry hands it down. He's popping the jab. Watch.
I started hitting and jabbing, moving. And then my timing was off. I threw a jab and hit me right on top of the head. Bam, and that knocked me down, that equilibrium.
Right.
He knocked me down. I said, damn, knocked me down with that. I said, okay, I got to just watch myself. I just stay away from him moving, tie him up. So I did that, moved, tying him up, stayed away from him, and caught me again. Stopped me, hit me again, bang, bang, then referee stopped the fight. But everything was working for me, and it wasn't, bad part of my. I didn't feel bad about this
You didn't
thing.
feel bad. You
No.
enjoyed fighting him?
I enjoyed fighting him for over the few rounds, and he told me, Larry, you're the greatest. He said, I love you. He said, I roll with you, love you, man. You're a great guy. I said, well, why you whoop me? if you love me, so why you whoop me then, you know?
That's what Ali said to you, right?
Yeah, Ali said the same thing.
Isn't that funny? Just
Yeah.
the changing of the guard and the changing of the fighting. And
Yeah.
Do you think, in hindsight, if not the money, would you have taken the Tyson fight in hindsight? You did it for the money?
Well, yeah.
You know, I mean, why? That's a good reason. It's America.
For $1 million.
yeah.
I mean, I can't make that shining shoes.
I don't need the money. HBO know I don't need the money. I'm very rich with what I have.
I wanted to come back and try to prove something, try to prove a point. That's what I was trying to do. I was just trying to get back. That's something that someone took away from me. Not needing the money. Everybody knows that I'm rich and I invested well.
Not needing the money. Everybody knows that I'm rich and I invested well.
And Mike Tyson, for him, he was a nice guy.
I was at that fight,
but I hated it afterwards.
Right, I was at that fight, which is a similar.
It wasn't fair though. I wasn't ready. He didn't give me a chance to get ready.
I wasn't ready. He didn't give me a chance to get ready.
And again,
and the money they offered me, I had to take it.
Yeah,
and I got a chance now to do it one more time to get it back, and I'm gonna take full advantage of it. If I didn't think I was gonna win, Barry, I wouldn't even get into this ring.
A name on a contract and a date for this fight. Is it going to happen, and if so, when?
It's going to happen, Barry, and it's going to happen in January. The new year will be brought in. Indication that he's ready, and he's going to be in that ready to fight on 20 January. He's ready, and he's going to be in that ready to fight on 20 January.
And what happened, Don King told me it was only a 12-round fight, so I did 3 extra rounds when I didn't have to.
Well, you look good. I got to say, you look good. Thanks to both of you. So.
I'm ready to go in there with Mike sometime in January, whatever day they want.
I wasn't ready. He didn't give me a chance to get ready. No, I'm ready to go in there with Mike sometime in January, whatever day they want.
Mike, I watched a lot of your fights growing up, and I want to know, could you tell us who among all of your opponents you really had some personal animosity toward and wanted to really knock out, and why?
Larry Holmes, because he beat up Muhammad Ali when I was a little boy.
So you went in there. You went into that fight with a chip on your shoulder.
Yes.
What's your advice to young boxers that might watch this as far as training goes?
You guys got to work. You got to work hard. You got to dedicate, discipline yourself, because boxing is not easy, you know. You got to do a lot of sacrificing, but you know, it pays off. If you do it and you're good at doing it, it'll pay off for you. You know, you get yourself a good trainer, a good manager, and you got it made.
TNT Tubbs, man.
All right. Generations of Cincinnati champions. Yeah.
I had one of the best jabs in boxing.
Tony Tubbs are very skillful.
Underrated, yeah.
Yes, throwing a lot of punches. Tony can box and put his combinations together. I'm going to tell you this. If Tony Tubbs could punch harder, there'd be a lot more knockouts. Because he quick and he's slick. You can't hit him. But his punching power Tony Tubbs could punch, there would be a lot of people in trouble. I'm telling you.
Who do you, of all the people you fought, who would you say was the most skilled fighter that you ever fought?
Let me think. It wasn't Larry. Tony was pretty good. Tony was pretty good, even though he wasn't real strong. Tony Tubbs. Let me think. Call the truth. Tony Tubbs. Tony Tubbs moved a lot. He had a good jab. He faked you. He slipped punches. He stepped back and threw left uppercuts. And he can do it all. So he was a boxer. He wasn't really strong. He wasn't really strong, but he was skillful. He was skillful. Let me see. Who else?
Not Larry.
Larry Holmes just had a jab, the right hand. He couldn't slip. And he was determined to hit you with that jab and keep you off him, and then to stack and then tag you with the right hand, and then step over here. So in terms of training people, I don't think that he could teach them a whole lot, because that's all he had was like the jab, right hand. Then he'll fight you with uppercuts and stuff, and can go back to he didn't have a good day. He always like this. So.
About to join us now, and my next guest is someone who actually trained with Muhammad Ali and who is going to tell us all about that experience. Tony Tubbs, thank you so much for joining us. Tony, you're a boxer. You actually trained with Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Years ago when I was 16, I always seen Muhammad. So I joined boxing because I seen Muhammad work. Well, I had boxers in my family on both sides, my mother's side and my father's side. So naturally, it came a little easy to me to know how to take a punch and give a punch.
And so how did you get to train with Muhammad Ali? How did that happen?
I think, I won maybe 4 national tournaments, and it was in '78. They wanted to start a Muhammad Ali boxing team.
Yeah.
To go over to the Olympics. So now, at this case, I was still winning fights.
Yeah.
But the day that Muhammad lost to Leon Spinks, he hired me. Because he said I got fast hands. I had fast hands.
And what was it like training with him? Tell me. What's your memory of Muhammad Ali?
Muhammad taught me, the way to manage my own self when I get hit. Because I already told him, I said, Muhammad, you busted my nose. I can't eat with you. I can't eat with you, man. He came to me later that night and said, look, son, you got the right attitude. You got the right attitude for a fighter. He said, but don't you know I'm the greatest?
Always the wit, although he was the greatest.
That's right.
But what does he mean to you when we remember him today here in Louisville? What does he represent to you, Tony?
Muhammad was a real father figure to me. I was 16, and when we had the bad news about the Muhammad Ali team not going to the '80 Olympics, he told me I could turn pro. He brought my mama home, and I told him I'd do the rest. And 7 years later I became champion.
So he was really an inspiration.
And Muhammad was at the championship fight, and he knew that I did whatever he showed me to do. So he was a great person, really.
And how much do you miss him? That
must be so much. Because I couldn't. As he got older, since he had the Parkinson's disease, I want to show my love for him. Every time I could see him, I would always reach and hug him, and he'd still, move his arms, so I know he still knew who I was.
Was he also an inspiration to you, not just as a boxer, but as a black man?
Yeah. Stand up. He stood up for whatever he always did. Muhammad was one of the greatest persons in the world when it comes to good and bad. Now Muhammad has been nothing but good to whoever know him. You never hear nobody say nothing bad about him. They can't. or they didn't know Muhammad Ali.
Tony Tubbs, just a final question. What is your favorite memory of Muhammad Ali as we remember him today?
Busting my nose.
Tony Tubbs, thank you so much for joining us here on BBC News as we remember Muhammad Ali.
Also, tell the Klitschko's to call. I work with the Klitschko brothers.
Oh, okay.
On BBC.
Well,
both of them.
That's great to know, Tony. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Enjoy the day. That's Tony Tubbs there, a boxer who trained with Muhammad Ali.
But Tony's a good boxer. Tony's been out there fighting. The guy he's fighting is strong, determined, and he wants to show everybody that, you know, he's going to take this $1 million check home tonight. I wish him good luck.
Fighting with the right hand and say, oh, you're out of gas now. what does this mean for Tony Tubbs now? Well, hopefully I'm looking for me somebody in the top 10. Hopefully Riddick Bowe, not Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis. Holyfield, just give me a chance. I'm getting old.
And you guys know I'm like a big Riddick Bowe fan. Riddick Bowe's a big part of this channel's history. My favorite heavyweight of all time is Riddick Bowe. I made no secrets about that. I love his skills as a big man at 6'5". Nobody had the inside skills of Riddick Bowe, and that's the facts. But one fight that I've always heard about of his that I never got around to watch, Tony Tubbs. You know, Tony Tubbs, the former WBA heavyweight champion. Tony Tubbs was like a really, really good boxer. He was one of those guys that when he was good and ready and he came in shape, he could really go in there and box you up. Really good fighter. Tony Tubbs had this like looseness about him to where it almost seemed like he was too loose in there, like he was too cool for school. Like, man, Tony Tubbs was when Tony Tubbs was on his game. When he was on his A game, Tony Tubbs could box his ass off, and it was just fun to watch. But anyway, I watched this fight against Riddick Bowe because I'd heard a lot about it. I've heard some people say that Riddick Bowe lost to Tony Tubbs. Now, he had a guy in there that was an elite, when in shape, an elite, slick boxer. A guy that is hard to hit, hard to time, can hit you from different angles. Can get you to fight at his pace, and if you don't have things in your skill set to offset his rhythm, because Tony Tubbs is the definition of a rhythmic fighter. He's like one of the most rhythmic fighters there is, meaning that some fighters, like rhythm is everything in boxing, but rhythm means more for some fighters than others. So like guys that rely on boxing skills who don't have elite power, they're more rhythmic than fighters who have elite power. Tony Tubbs in this fight was all the way in his bag. I mean, I watched this fight, and to my surprise, I actually think Riddick Bowe lost this fight, and I thought he lost it pretty wide. I thought Tony Tubbs put on a boxing clinic on Riddick Bowe. Like, I'm talking like they fought 10 rounds. I thought Tony Tubbs won 7 of the 10 rounds. Riddick Bowe in this fight actually looked a lot robotic. He looked very mechanical. He looked very robotic. He was, even though he was like a year and a half away from the Evander Holyfield, the first Evander Holyfield fight where he put it all together and became heavyweight champion of the world, undisputed. He looked such a far cry from that in this fight with Tony Tubbs, and I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that Tony Tubbs was very loose in round 1. Tony Tubbs was doing a good job of offsetting Bowe. He was doing a good job of really neutralizing Bowe's jab with his jab, with the up jab, with the straight jab, with the right hand. One thing also that's really good about Tony Tubbs is he's very good at moving. Some fighters are more comfortable moving one way than the other. But the thing about Tony Tubbs is he's very loose. He's got a good jab. He's got good feints, but he's able to move to his right and his left. He's able to move to his left as he is to his right. He moves to both sides equally well, so that makes it very hard for a fighter to cut the ring off on him, because if a guy can move to the left and to the right and he's still equally as fluid and fast, then he's hard to time as so far as cutting the ring off is concerned. So in this fight, you saw Riddick Bowe throwing the jab a lot, but then you saw Tony Tubbs really slick, making a miss, parrying, slipping, dipping, just doing all kinds of really good things. And I feel really bad for Tony Tubbs, and like it's crazy to even say, like, even back in the 90s, like sometimes as boxing fans we like to romanticize history and say, oh well, back in the days it wasn't like this, when in all reality the A-side guys were getting preferential treatment all the way back in the early 90s. Riddick Bowe did not beat Tony Tubbs. He's one of the most skilled guys in the division as far as his pure boxing skills. He's the same in the sense that he had some of the best pure boxing skills in this weight class. When you have a slick heavyweight like that, who can box, who can move, who can feint, who can slip, who can punch, who's got a good jab, who's got a good up jab, who's got a good right hand, who's got a respectable left hook. He's just a very well-balanced heavyweight all the way around the board. Tony Tubbs, in shape and prepared, gives most heavyweights hell. I mean, absolute hell. Tony Tubbs, I thought, was unjustly robbed in this fight. I thought Tony Tubbs should have got the decision. I thought Tony Tubbs really just upset Riddick Bowe and was in his bag. I mean, it really was entertaining to watch. And that's what it was. That's what it was. So, yeah. Riddick Bowe did say he wouldn't have minded a rematch with Tony Tubbs. He said that they could have did it in, like, you know, later on down the line. But that's what it was. You know, he felt like he won. He felt like that's what it was. You know, Eddie Futch did say that Tony Tubbs was the craftiest fighter Riddick Bowe fought to date. So that shows you the respect that Tony Tubbs earned on the night. He boxed his ass off. A lot of the judges, a lot of the people that have watched this fight have had Tony Tubbs win the fights.
I know physically I'm in shape. 230 is my weight. 229, 220 is a plus. But I'll be 230 and hard. Physically, you'll be seeing the new Tony Tubbs. When I step in the ring, everyone say, wow, look at that cat. You know, and the thing about it, once I start putting the moves down on Mike Tyson, I won't change. You know what? This fight might not be hard as y'all think it's gonna be, because Mike Tyson is only good for what he can hit. Right now, I am one of the best heavyweights in the world. I can box better than any of them, and I ain't taking no back seats to none of them. I'm not even taking the back seat to Mike Tyson.
He's able to throw the same punch twice, under nose. Look for a looping right hand by Mike Tyson. Wicked right.
Good left by Tyson. Strategy that Tony said he would bring. You've got to fight with Mike Tyson. That was the punch against the ropes that really started things off. I said a right, it was in fact a left right on the forehead.
Good body shot, but you need combinations now. I love that combination there with the same punch, same hand. The right to the body and an uppercut, right uppercut. Mike has enormous strength and great upper body power.
Shape of his body.
Well, here with Tubbs, the uppercut. I also noticed the uppercut of Mike Tyson.
You couldn't finesse Tyson completely. You have to be willing.
The body shot, then the uppercut. Tubbs again made the mistake of trying to exchange. The body shot, then the uppercut. I see that Tubbs is wobbly.
Stay here.
I couldn't tell whether or not that punch hurt.
Tubbs is hurt. Tubbs is hurt badly. It was a left hook.
Once again, that's short left hook. And for those that say Mike is not really a one-punch knockouter, I think they need to look at some films again. Well, Tyson now starting to find his range. That left hook there pretty much spoke for itself. It's self-explanatory because it was a short and powerful left hook that put Tony Tubbs down. And here Mike still showing that he is a good finisher.
Tubbs had already been reeling a bit before that point as the result of a short right against the ropes.
What was happening actually was that Tyson was wearing down Tubbs because Tubbs tried to stay inside and fight Mike Tyson's fight, which I thought was a mistake. Once again, that's short left hook. And for those that say Mike is not really a one-punch knockouter, I think they need to look at some films again.
Mike Tyson extinct, and nobody around looks like they can do it. There are a lot of potential opponents out there, But really, the only guy that I know of who could do in Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson.
With boxing legend Michael Spinks here tonight in Cornwall, and for those of you who don't know, he's most famous for being the first light heavyweight to win, to go up to heavyweight. Is that correct?
That's right. First light heavy to win a heavyweight championship from a heavyweight champ.
I mean, I fought a couple of guys that I liked. I liked Michael Spinks a great deal. I admired him a great deal, watching him as I was a kid. You know what I mean, having a great deal of admiration for him. But you know, I mean, this is our business.
Induct my friend Michael Spinks into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. Michael Spinks is an amazing athlete, and he was the 1976, one of the best. Me being an Olympian with Michael Carver all over in 1988, for me to say that 1976 was the best Olympic team ever, I have to say it, because they were. They had Sugar Ray Leonard, they had both the Spinks brothers, they had Howard Davis, they had Charles Mooney. All those made that team the greatest team that we've ever had.
Yeah, I'm awfully proud to be inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame with my brother Leon and all of the inductees. And I thank Ray Mercer for doing a good job at bringing me out. And I'm here with my teammate, Sugar Ray Leonard, one of the best guys ever on our team. But a lot of people said that it was a toss-up between me and Ray. They said that I was the best on the team, but then they said Ray was the best on the team. So I didn't argue with that. I just let it stay the way it was. He was the best and I was the best. So that's how it went. So I'm proud of that moment too.
And who do you think is the greatest fighter of all time?
You know, I've watched many fights, and I would have to say Sugar Ray Robinson. He was the greatest fighter that I've ever seen in the ring.
Who do you believe is the best fighter in the world today, and why?
Ooh, the best fighter in the world today, you know, I couldn't say. I can't say. I mean, I was before I retired, and Muhammad Ali had mentioned that himself. He said he thought the greatest boxer was me. So anyway.
September 21st, a big fight. Larry Holmes will take on Michael Spinks for the World Heavyweight Championship. If Holmes, the current heavyweight champ, wins, he will tie Rocky Marciano's all-time career record at 49-0 and have the opportunity, quite naturally, to go 50-0 and break the Rock's record.
I'm going to knock the jinx off of Spinks, and that's no lie. But anyway, my record speaks for itself, 48 fights, 34 knockouts, and I'm sure that I'm going to have another knockout, and Spinks will be that 49th fight. Regardless, whatever they thinking, now this man is making history. He will be the man that Larry Holmes knocked out on his 49th fight.
Michael Spinks is very awkward. He wasn't that strong, but he had a very awkward style, and I couldn't get my right hand going.
Just a question of age, what happened to Ali when he fought Leon?
No. It was a question of style. Styles make fights. Michael Spinks got a very unique style, and he took a good punch, and the punches that I thought I had, I couldn't land them.
Was he stronger than you expected him, and did he have more stamina at his weight?
He's no stronger than light heavyweight, but it was a good fight. I congratulate Michael. I think he's going to be a good champion, but I think he should fight light heavyweight. That's his feel.
How was it dealing with that jab, Larry's jab? Because Larry always gets so much praise for the jab.
He could hit me with it.
But when he did at some point, like.
But barely.
Yeah, I know, but
barely.
How was it? Like, how were you able to avoid it? First off, because
I
gave so many guys trouble.
I gave him a target right here.
Yeah.
I gave him a target right here, and when he shot at the target, I took it away from him. That's what I did. I did to him all night long. I gave him a target over here, and he shoot here, go over here, and then I was blocking. I was slipping his punch, slipping his jab, like it wasn't nothing.
A lot of fighters have so much trouble being able to handle a jab.
Yeah.
What would you tell them in terms of advice to be able to handle someone with a really good jab?
Well, you got to slip it. You know, a jab is very devastating. Good morning, but if you, my coach that taught me how to fight, he taught us how to slip jabs. You know, you slip a jab. He taught us. He gave us answers when we slipped the punch. So that's what I did. You know, all the stuff I learned that came back to me when I was in the ring fighting guys. So I slipped punches real well.
So you knock out my boy Jerry Cooney in Atlantic City.
Yeah, I got matched up with Jerry Cooney after I became the heavyweight
champion.
That was a tough fight too for a while, a little while.
He was a good fighter.
And I had to just move my feet a lot because I couldn't sit still because Jerry was left-handed, but he fought like a right-hander.
Yeah.
So his power was out front.
Off that left hook.
So I had to, dodge that thing a lot of times and move my feet and get out of Jerry's way as much as I could, and then I lucked up and he came in he waded in with something with a left hook. And I hit him with the left. I hit him with
you put up a combination.
A left hook and a right hand. And I saw him, I dazed him. And so I just went to work after that.
You put a great combination on him and knocked him out.
I went to work.
Yeah.
Because he was hurt. Once you hurt him, you can't let him get.
No, you can't let him get off.
Can't let him get off.
Yeah, I got you.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how many world champions you beat. I would say at least 11 world champions that you actually beat.
Yeah,
I know. Dwight Muhammad Quali, you go with all those guys, you start thinking all those world champions.
But me and Dwight Braxton, Muhammad Quali, we were friends.
Yeah.
We were friends.
As a kid growing up, I was a big Marvin Johnson fan. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever heard of the guy.
Yeah, I heard of him.
All right. So I remember you fighting Marvin Johnson on ABC or CBS. I'm not sure exactly which one it was. Okay. Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, for example, I'm like, Marvin's the man. He's going to destroy Spinks. That's what I'm thinking right off the bat. Mm-hmm. And then I think it was round 4, you hit him with an uppercut and floored him, and I never seen a guy get knocked out like that. And that's when I became a huge Michael Spinks fan because I knew what Marvin could do. You know what I'm saying? So tell me your feelings of fighting Marvin Johnson, who's from Indianapolis, the 3-time light heavyweight champion. Tell me your feelings of and that's Atlantic City, is that correct?
Yes. It was, fighting Marvin Johnson was, it wasn't, it was a tough fight. It's
a tough fight because he's a 72 bronze medal winner, and then he knocks out Matt Payloff in 78 for the light heavyweight world championship.
I saw him knock out Victor Galindez.
Victor Galindez in 79. I mean, come on, Victor Galindez was a bad boy.
He was a bad boy.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
He was strong, too.
And so here's the deal. You was 27-0 as a light heavyweight. You never lost a light heavyweight fight in your life.
That's right.
And you are voted the second greatest light heavyweight to ever live. They said a guy, Archie Moore, is better than you, but I wasn't going to argue with you, okay? I was like, Archie Moore or Michael Spinks, I'll take either one on my team, you know what I'm saying? So they were voted the second greatest light heavyweight to ever live.
Yeah, I think Archie Moore from St. Louis, too.
Yeah, he might have been, man.
I think he was. I think he was, anyway.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about some other great names from the past. So many great fights associated with you. How about Ezzard Charles? It wasn't a thrilling fight, but there were 2 classic fighters, you and Ezzard Charles. Rate him in terms of the all-time greats.
Ezzard Charles remind me of a man like Michael Spinks. They're about the same size, and they both could hit good, and they were both good boxers. And maybe Spinks has a bit of an edge on Charles now.
What would you want to lead people? What would you want to say to the young kids today that you see coming up, trying to reach the levels to where you got and everything? What was some of the advice and some of the things you could get back to those kids?
Well, you got to work hard. You work hard and have a good time, with learning your skills, and you'll be all right.
Absolutely.
But you got to do your work. You got to work hard to get places. To get places, and it'll benefit you big time. You know, because no work makes
no success.
I forget how that go.
Yeah.
I forget how that go, but no hard work, you can't really get nowhere.
In all your history, who had the best jab that you faced?
Did I face? Nobody.
Okay.
I did.
Okay, best defense.
I did.
Best footwork.
I did.
Best power.
Mike Tyson.
We want to fight Tyson. They don't want to fight us because they know from the night an inexperienced guy like Tucker, a decent boxer, gave him problems. You let Michael Spinks get in the ring, a seasoned boxer, knows how to make him pay. We got something for him.
Well, let's talk to the real champ. When do you think you're going to get this crack with Tyson, Michael?
I really don't know. As long as they keep pushing us away, it don't seem like we're going to get it on no time soon.
You don't have any doubts that you can beat this man?
Say what now?
You don't have any doubts that you can beat this man?
I don't have any doubts that I can beat him. I put my little style to work and see how it comes up. But I think I'll give him a run for his money, too.
I think Spinks will.
Why?
I think his past history, I know they're both undefeated, but I think Spinks has some good power behind him.
I like Spinks. I really do. I like his style.
I think Tyson.
Why Tyson?
He's bigger, I think.
Spinks?
Why?
Because he's good than Tyson.
I'd imagine Tyson.
Why?
I don't know, he just seems a lot meaner than the other dude.
You go with a mean dude in a fight, you think?
Definitely.
Oh, Tyson's an animal. He's going to kill that guy.
The delivering of the punches. We've seen a lot of big guys. They don't punch as hard as Mike. Is it the way he delivers it?
Sure, it's the snap. I told you with snap, with the correct form.
Which is what? Is it getting the shoulder in and
it's getting the whole body and snapping the shoulder. That's really where it comes from.
All right, let's watch this and see. He throws straight through it.
Right, he goes right through it. And the right hand of the body is a good snap.
Now you
see the shoulder? See the shoulder muscle snap? That one missed. Because he doesn't throw that left hook to the body. I want to see that.
All right,
see, that's a good left uppercut.
And he's rolling. It looks like he's rolling back and forth. Is that how he's trained?
Yeah, see, you can see the snap. You can see his shoulder snap. That was a pretty good shot. The one that missed was even better.
This is the difference between a headshot and a body shot. I don't care if you're the baddest motherfucker on the planet. If you're not looking, you get caught, you can boom, you hit in the chin, you get knocked out, you didn't see the punch. So maybe you could beat that guy, but you just didn't see the punch in this particular fight. Mm-hmm. But when you get in the body, boom, you decide whether you want to go down and get up or not. When you get hit, boom, you decide. You can, but you know it's going to be hell, but you decide if you're going to get up or not. Some people do, some people don't. Most don't. Most don't. Small percentage to get up from those shots.
Uppercut to the opposite side of his face. It shows his good power, but watching this tape, he starts to throw the right hand. Mike makes the little head movement to make him miss, and Spinks shows how smart he is. He stopped throwing it because he knew he wasn't going to hit. But I think by doing that, and the fact that Mike is going to make him miss, he's off balance a little bit. He made him miss that right hand. Spinks started to throw a hard right hand, and halfway through it, he wanted to stop it because he knew he wasn't going to hit him. And he was off balance, and then Mike had that tremendous snap and hit him on the right side of his face with his right hand, which is wild.
What makes Mike such a good finisher?
A tremendous right uppercut.
What was your toughest fight you've had? Well, I guess the one I didn't get through well, that was with Mike Tyson. And I would consider that the tough fight because I didn't complete it. You know, I got stopped for the first time in my life. And yeah, that would have to be the toughest.
Okay, one loss in your career, Mike Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what do you think of Tyson? I mean, as a fighter.
Oh, he was a very powerful. He was a very powerful puncher as a boxer. I mean, he was awesome in the ring with his punching power, hand speed. He was somebody to methodically try to tear apart in the ring. But with his speed
and his power, it was very tough for most guys like myself to do.
Okay, now that was your one loss in your career, was your last fight of your career.
Exactly.
Did you want to fight him again?
Not really.
No? It was time to go?
Not really.
Who was the hardest hitting heavyweight that you ever fought?
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
What was it like being in the ring with him with the intimidation that he was known for?
Well, I wasn't intimidated. I just knew that, you know, if I get hit by him real good, I'm sure I'll go down.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I didn't want to get hit by him, so it was kind of tough. But you know, I did get hit, and I went down, and he won the fight.
What was the game plan going in, and what did you see when round one?
I was gonna go in there and do whatever I could to win the fight. And that's what I did. I did whatever I could, but it didn't work out.
How good was Mike Tyson?
Well, he was punching pretty hard. I wouldn't say he was skillfully. I mean,
I was about to say I thought you had more skill. I've watched. Yeah.
Yeah. He was punching pretty hard. Everybody hit. Everybody went down.
Why didn't you make a return? Like maybe a year after.
Like I said, I thought I had did it. I thought, you know, in my mind, I said, well, I did as much as I could do as a boxer, and I won a heavyweight championship. I mean, I felt pretty proud of that. I just didn't think I had anything left.
I'm going to go with Mike Tyson on this one. The reason why was just the way that I think that during his peak, there was really nobody matched his peak of just coming in and just devastating guys and just, I mean, we saw it like with the Michael Spinks, undefeated, Olympic hero, everything Michael Spinks had going for him. And then he only lasts like a minute and a half in the ring with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson could just come in there and just devastate people and intimidate, you know, champions and great boxers. So I got to go with Mike Tyson.
Many people thought Michael Spinks was the one man who would have a chance to beat Mike Tyson. Tonight, Tyson took care of that.
Well, I've never believed that for a moment. Since 5 minutes after Mike Tyson destroyed Trevor Berbick and won the title at the age of 20, people were saying, well, who can beat this kid? And I, among others, have been saying the only one who can beat him is himself. If he is caught up in the glory of being a champion, if he's distracted, if he yields to too many temptations, and so on. So tonight, he not only defeated Michael Spinks, he defeated the only guy who could really defeat him, himself.
Tyson, Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson.
When I saw Mike Tyson knock out Michael Spinks, June 27, 1988 in Atlantic City, it was the most awesome heavyweight fight I ever saw in my life. He would have beaten anybody that given night. That's including Joe Louis, Ezra Charles, Jack Dempsey, ad nauseum, all of them. Why do I say this? Because I know so. There's something where you attain heights and you just don't do it again. But that night he reached his peak. Louis on his best night could not have beaten Mike Tyson that night, June 27. When the fight was over, Tyson looked down and said, write that, I'm the best. Write it, I'm the best.
I'm sure there's nobody on this planet that can beat me. And I'm very confident of that. I'm not probably saying in a year from now, 2 years from now, I'm talking from at this moment right now. Anybody, any planet of the world, no one can beat me.
Strong heavyweights. I sparred with Lennox, sparred with Bruno, and I will say this: Frank Bruno is the most powerfulest man I've ever been in the ring with.
Oh wow!
That's a good punch, and that looks to me as though we may not see any more of Chuck Gardner of Minneapolis tonight. One punch, that's all it took, and he's out.
Frank Bruno, seen here in this magnificent photo by Lord Snowdon, next Tuesday faces the toughest challenge of his career so far.
Frank Bomber Bruno. And a right hand puts his man. Oh, he's got him right this time, and I don't think Sander was. Oh, there we are. Nielsen, a big man, but crouching over and taken with a right hand. 80. That was a good left hook, and it's taken everything out of Jameson. Bruno. Bill Sharkey's 2 minutes with Bruno were long enough to judge the big man's potential.
You guy is an awesome puncher, I'll tell you that. I boxed with even the guys I hadn't fought. I fought Weaver and I fought Knutze, who was definitely a hard puncher. But I boxed with George, every big heavyweight there was. I boxed with George Foreman even. This guy is an awesome puncher. He's comparable, very comparable to George Foreman in punching.
And that was back in November 1984. A 10-rounder against a man called Phil Brown, and he's got him!
Believe me, I've been hit by Ernie Shavers, George Foreman, Big Cat Cleveland Williams, and there's no difference in those guys in his punching.
So at last we've got one, have we? We've got
one. All you got to do is bring him on, take care of him like you're doing. You got your champion.
He had a body cut from rock and could punch as hard as any human being on the planet.
Start of the second round, and the Belgium is over, and that might be it.
He is a fantastic puncher. I think in years to come, once he learns how to throw that punch the right way, he's going to be one of the hardest punchers in the heavyweight division.
Well, Floyd, you've had a look at Frank Bruno in training, now you've had a look at him in a fight. What's your opinion of his future now?
Well, I think he has a very bright future in front of him. Tonight, he showed me something he didn't show me in the gymnasium.
But all the same, we've got a good young heavyweight prospect.
You have a very good prospect, yes. I would say certainly you have definitely a very good prospect.
Experience. I boxed Tillis. He's an experienced fighter, and he'll do everything impossible to make you lose your concentration, make you look bad. And he's a very awkward fighter, and he's capable of doing that. I would say Stowe Harry. Oh my God, this is tremendous. I'm impressed with Bruno's hand speed, even though a lot of people criticize him for being muscle bound and everything. But I'm very impressed with his accuracy of his punches and his hand speed, and he's not doing too bad.
In the fifth, and he might be going. But he stopped it anyway. And Tillis has got bad damage to his nose and mouth. Tillis was badly hurt. He turned away from Bruno. Nothing rusty about that right hand. I think you've busted his nose, haven't you?
I think so, something like that, Harry.
Got Mike Tyson, the world heavyweight champion, Frank Bruno, who might one day challenge you, Mike. Just tell Frank what you were telling me down there in the commentary about his performance.
I thought he did a tremendous performance, Frank. I commend you. And I know how it is fighting a fighter like James Tillis on an 8-month layoff. It's a spoiler. You came out very well. Your punches, I thought, at a boxer point of view, knowing your layoff, it was tremendous, accurate, and I'm very impressed.
Very kind.
And I look forward to meeting you in the future.
I look forward to meeting you as well.
Thank you very much. I think you're a great man.
Thank you. Same to you, Mike.
Frank Bruno hit me. I stumbled.
What do you make of Frank Bruno now?
Great fighter. I think he should get a lot of fights in the States and get another title shot at somebody. Or maybe we could give him a rematch here in London in the future.
How badly did he hurt you? At any time?
He hurt me. He's a great fighter. I anticipated him to hurt me. He's a great fighter. It's just I'm a greater fighter, that's all.
Well, everybody was saying that he couldn't take a good punch. So I didn't take him lightly. I took the fight seriously, but I thought that all I could do is if I hit him on that chin with that overhand right, that he'll go down. Mm-hmm. But he proved it different. I was like, yo, I hit this guy on the chin a couple of times, and he didn't even budge a little bit. So that's why it took so long. So we had a game plan, and I forgot about the game plan. All I wanted to do was hit him on his head because they said he couldn't take the best punch. So I started doing that, trying to hit him on it, and he was very aggressive. England was behind him, the UK was behind him, and a lot of people, 100%. That what gave him his motivation. He had his whole country. We were in another country. I knew that was holding him up. What was holding him up. I was always saying, I don't want to disrespect anybody. If Frank Bruno had my trainer and I had his, he would have beat me. My trainer had all that. Defense, everything, countering back. If he would have had my trainer and I would have had his, he would have beat me. He would have beat me.
Nobody could have predicted that Bruno would do it like that. Under 2 minutes, it's quite unbelievable. Coetzee's never suffered a defeat, anything like it. And there's a man who's been in with the best of the world. The left got him on the right to the temple, actually, and he went out back to all the people he's met. Greg Page and Witherspoon and Weaver and Thomas. Nobody's ever hit him like that.
Frank's strengths were his power. He had a massive right hand that could knock anybody out.
That man's ribs are really suffering. He's had enough of it. He's hurt. He's certainly hurt. That really was a damaging body punch. A right hand to the rib cage. He took a headshot afterwards as well.
That's a good punch. Left underneath. Oh, he's got the man rolling all over the ring and he may not beat the count. And if he doesn't, it's sensational. He's not going to get up. He got him outed out. Absolutely had all the breath knocked out of him by that tremendous left underneath. Tell me about that left hook that got you.
Man, that's one of the best shots I've ever been hit with. In fact, it was the best shot I've ever been hit with. I've never been counted out. It was a good shot. I didn't see it coming. In the liver.
That's an amazing punchline.
I couldn't even get up.
Has nobody ever hit you that hard before?
No, not that hard. I've never hit in the body like that. I might have taken it on the head. No, not down here.
So with a punch like that, he could go places, eh?
He can go places. He keep doing that. See, heavyweights don't punch to the body. And I didn't expect that. It surprised me. Good punch, good left hook.
Had to be the biggest thrill of your life.
Yes, sir. He had me puzzled. He was running me crazy with that jab. The best jab I've ever been in front of.
Frank had an amazing jab, but it was underrated. Massively underrated. You knock people out with a jab, but his jab would it would make people think, I'm out of here. I want to get out of here. So it was always a matter of time. So you always saw talent.
I was really impressed with how Frank was beaten with the jab.
Lennox, congratulations. You're still the champion, but a tough fight.
Yeah, it was tough. Bruno was a lot tougher than I thought he would be. Like I said, I don't keep no grudges. I don't hate Bruno. He gave me a tough fight, and enough respect to him.
That's a good overhand right from Bruno. Did Lewis take that? He looks at.
I felt that Bruno was a lot better than people gave him credit for. He came in terrific shape, and you know.
I haven't got a legacy, I don't think.
You do.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
You're
a living legacy. If you're a hard punch, it'll hurt your hands.
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Bruno.
Frank Bruno. I would have to say Frank Bruno.
Deontay Wilder or Frank Bruno?
Bruno.
Frank Bruno.
I think Frank Bruno.
Say Frank Bruno.
Frank Bruno, Derek Chisora.
I'd definitely say Frank Bruno.
Flat on his back.
Frank Bruno chances of beating Tyson was just as good as anybody else's because he could punch.
If you can punch, you got a chance in any fight.
If there was one guy to beat Mike Tyson, it was Frank Bruno because he had the stature, the strength, and the power.
He's a good fighter, he's a strong puncher, and he's number one contender in the world, you know what I mean? And I guess besides me, I guess he's the best fighter in the world. And so, you know what I mean, that has to be a formidable threat.
This man is awesome. He is devastating. He has dynamite in either hand. He's a bomb ready to be detonated in the center of the ring.
You ready for the fight now?
Yeah, I'm very. I've never been so ready in all my life, and I've been training for so long, and I wouldn't be here. I'm not here to get a suntan.
Just have a fight with Mike Tyson and then see what happens. He'll go out there and he'll catch him because Frank punches equally as hard as Tyson. Maybe not from as many angles, but he punches equally as hard. And with what Tyson has been through of late, if Frank could catch him with a very good punch earlier on, with heavyweight boxing, power is what makes a lot of difference. Frank's got the power. And that can make a lot of difference if he was to land it properly. I hope Frank does win, I really do.
The punch that really did the most damage was the uppercuts, little short uppercuts.
Tyson, by catching him in the first round, he's nailed again with it. In such magnificent shape. Big, vicious body shot. Taken right underneath the heart. Tyson. Vicious body shot. By hanging on to him, by tying him up when he comes inside. That light
Oh, another right hand gets through.
Can't get through, Jim. We're able to slow down Frank Bruno. That shot there, the uppercut.
And smashed an elbow into Bruno's mouth to make punching. There's the uppercut.
Those are the short uppercuts that do so much damage, and people just don't appreciate those little short shots. Here it is, to the midsection, right up the middle. Beautiful shot. He's hurt a lot of guys. In fact, he knocked out Ribalta the same way. You see the leverage of Mike Tyson. There, to the body and straight up the middle. I'm going to use that shot one day.
Has any heavyweight ever thrown the uppercut with such devastating effect?
Not that way. And Jim is short and powerful and a great deal of leverage.
Followed by a right uppercut solidly to the face of Bruno. And after that, the challenger was just holding.
Tyson was on a double. Tyson in his heyday was on a different level. So any of, you know what I mean, boxer that was around at that time.
Right.
It was a different level. He was fast, very, very powerful, and he was on you all the time and very unique, sort of like fighter, Mike Tyson.
Frank, I know I'm lining myself up for this one. How hard does he punch?
He's a very, very hard puncher.
Glenn, you spar with him, presumably with head guards and all that sort of thing, but you felt his power?
Yeah, he punches very, very hard. About as hard as you ever want to get hit. But as Frank said, he's very, very quick as well. That's the best thing about him, his speed. You know, he hits you when you don't expect to be hit with very good power. And that's what does everybody, as you see in the tapes there. You know, very, very fast.
Tyson's a very fast, hard puncher.
Do you rate him in the top few of punchers in the heavyweight division?
I rate him as I would say one of the strongest combination punchers. That means he can put 3 or 4 shots together, and all, 3 or 4 punches are equally, as strong.
Tyson's a very sharp combination of punches.
It's 1989.
Yeah.
You're off to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
For this fight against Tyson, and suddenly you are the whole blooming country is talking about the Frank Bruno fight against this guy, and you did hit him, didn't you?
Well, I hit him once and he wobbled like Elvis.
I thought you had him. Yeah, we're all cheering at the telly, you know.
I thought I had him as well, but as soon as he recovered, he punished me and gave me some beatings, Tyson. He was a good fighter, much better than people give him credit for, and a dangerous fighter as well.
You think people don't give him credit for being as good as he was?
He was as good as he was. You've got to go very far to see a world champion at 20. Wiped up he wiped the floor with everything. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult for another. You got to be a beast to get what he achieved so early.
No.
How was the fight between Lennox Lewis and Tyson? Who was a harder opponent?
I think Tyson, very, very awkward, very difficult to catch. But I think Tyson was on the slide then, he was partying too hard. I think Lennox Lewis got him at the right sort of time. But if you go back in time, watch DVDs of Mike Tyson when he was in his prime, the people he knocked out, and he's so young, you got to take that into consideration, because not too many, I don't think there's going to be another heavyweight who will come and deserve how short and be as dangerous as that man. I've got to give him respect, because he's a dangerous hombre.
Who's got the biggest engine, the stamina?
Oh boy, Larry Holmes has good stamina. Muhammad Ali in his younger days has good stamina. Mike Tyson had unbelievable stamina.
Who do you think would win, Tyson or Tyson? Tyson versus Tyson.
Mike Tyson, when he was 19, 20, he was a dangerous individual. Mike Tyson, the speed, Mike Tyson's combination would have been a bit too fast for him. At their peak, I'm sorry, Mike Tyson. I like Tyson Fury. He would have given him a little run for his money here and there.
Yeah.
But Mike Tyson, 20, 21, 22, he was a dangerous human being.
Whose punches felt hotter?
See, there's the right hand again. It staggers him again.
Carl Williams is really
Oh, right hand by Williams.
Williams has been on his game a lot tonight. He's hurt.
Oh, he's hurt. Witherspoon, he's got him on Queer Street with a right hand.
Who was that, Tim?
That was Carter Truth Williams.
Oh, wow.
I did feel a sting from Carter Truth Williams. He hit me with a long, straight right hand.
Yeah,
and
the
I felt
bomb,
that.
huh?
Yeah, I felt that one. So Carter Truth hit me good. Carter Truth, he stung me real good. I bent my knees. So Carter Truth hit me the hardest.
Another one by Williams. He's got Witherspoon red on the way.
Caught me with that right hand. That was the hardest punch in boxing that I ever got hit with. But Carter Truth had a good jab too. He was tall, he had good heart, and he jabbed you, hit you with that right hand.
Have a nice weapon for him tonight.
Where you paddle.
An asset.
Good jab by Williams. That jab actually knocked Jones backward.
To the head, to the body. Keep off balance.
Decides to dance, and Williams says, well, I can jab.
Jab thrown by Carl Williams. He throwing it to the head, to the body.
Yes, he's throwing it to the head, to the body.
2 rounds.
Those don't hurt. Williams.
Left jab in, square to the nose of Holmes, and he can.
Larry jabs with an open glove, which is what.
The pace right from the start. Williams continues to. The crowd looking to the underdog, Mike Weaver, as Holmes. On Carl Williams.
These young guys are really game. This guy here is big. Got a hard left jab. He's very game.
I am the uncrowned king and the young heir to the throne, and I'm the baddest heavyweight in all the land.
Got him backpedaling. Well, that's got to be a confidence builder for Williams.
Well, Williams has one of the best jabs in the business.
No question about that. He out-jabbed Larry Holmes when he fought Holmes. Witherspoon is hunting for a body shot here because he did train very hard.
Good combination by
Williams. Punching with confidence, but there's a good segment there by Williams. A bright object he can see clearly and he can read clearly. He's reacting beautifully.
Remember, Witherspoon is the guy that took a shellacking from Frank Bruno for a long time and then knocked him out.
They may not want to do it.
Was before.
Nice hook there by Williams too.
He has great movement, back, lateral, and now
too much, and Williams was able to cut him off.
Trying to stay away, trying to neutralize.
Surviving, but possibly getting the points up to win.
Behind the left jab. That's when you got to be careful. Witherspoon with a lot of guts is hanging in.
And Williams has been able to cut that out of Witherspoon's plan. Another good right uppercut there. Williams does not jab and wants to trade.
Williams just...
And there it is again. See, there's the right hand again. It staggers him again.
The chin to the middle knuckle. Inside, but just as the snap is gone from Williams' jab,
He shouldn't be there. He should not be inside with Berbick. First combination, get out, start moving, use the jab. Beautiful combinations by Carl Williams. Good combinations by Carl Williams.
Right hand Williams.
It's his ticket to victory. It's his only ticket to victory because
Williams getting off a bit quicker now.
that one,
Jones off. I think that hurt him.
it did get his attention. In his own cause.
That body shot seemed to hurt Jones too. Williams looks like the far heavier puncher right at the moment. Pretty good hook and a nice hit that hurt him in the last round.
That right hand pushed Jones back. And
Jones. Another right hand right on the button. That staggered Jones also. Jones had a very good outing, and down it goes for that right hand. Just
Jerry Jones, he's the first to go down from the right uppercut that hit him as he was. No respect.
Oh, right hand by Williams. Looked like he hurt Holmes.
His hand when he jabs, he's thumbing.
He's the champion.
They've got one of the best cut men in the world, Eddie Alliot.
Looking to do. That time he grazed the chair. Here's Williams. He backed up Holmes. As we head to 11. Now the crowd getting behind with that jab of Williams doubling up.
Up this fight on a cut because, boy, Larry wants to throw that right hand so bad.
Combination by Williams. Left hand by Williams, followed by the right.
Williams with a hard by Carl Williams. Oh, hard right hand grabs Ferguson into the roof. Ferguson almost sat down. And it would appear that Ferguson has that in mind. A hard right hand by Carl Williams. Here is the blow that started the problem. The left hook to the body. And then as he came up, Williams found him with that right hand. Ferguson trying to cover. It's a right hand that puts him down. Punishment and the one punch. There's the punch that put him down. But Williams answers a hard right to the side of the head. Jesse Ferguson is down. Here, Carl Williams nails him with that right hand to the side of the head and may not get up. It was a wicked right to the side of the head, and Jesse trying to find the energy, trying to find the concentration to stand, and he can't do it. Just barely got up at the count of 9, and referee Larry Hazard said,
should be moving a little more. Good right hand by Williams, and down goes. Tommy Morrison was, of course, in Rocky V, and this turned out to be a round out of a movie.
It was a Rocky 5th round.
And it was a Rocky 5th round. Thank you very much. You saw me and raised me, Jim. Here's the second knockdown.
Suddenly, it is Tommy Morrison's future as a heavyweight contender that's on the line. Morrison lands a left hook, but Williams pounds away with the right.
A good uppercut. To his credit, Morrison was able to stay through a half a round without getting knocked down again.
But in the last 2 rounds combined, he's only thrown.
The best thing that I thought we got as a team was the experience. Someone like Carl, the Truth Williams, has been there with just about everybody, and students like that have a lot to offer to young studs like me. But Carl Williams is an experienced fighter. He has great tools, and we're able to box in the sword sport. You never stop learning. You got to keep learning. Someone like Carl Williams is where you pick up that experience. I'm looking forward to what lays ahead.
But there's something called the rubberneck. And if you didn't get taught this by some of the old timers, you wouldn't know what it is. And that's when you see a punch coming and you roll away from like this, or you go that way. That's rubbernecking. So when I fought Larry Holmes, a lot of the judges thought I was getting hit, and I wasn't. Because I went and looked at the video, and I was like, wow, I know the judges think I'm getting hit. But I was really doing rubbernecking. And if you don't, that come from the old trainer, and it works. It's beautiful, and that's what I mean by art. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, you didn't see that too much of art. They don't do it no more these days because there's no trainers around to teach it. And it's something that you don't do all during the fight. You do it at certain times you think you need it. And so if you said rubberneck to some of these young guys, they won't know what it is, yeah.
Cooper, except that he's basic and he's tough.
Tim, he's basic, he's tough, and he's young. Same age as Mike Tyson. These are the 2 guys that maybe in the future will have a great fight.
Number 2 and most important, defend yourselves at all times. Shake hands and come out.
No concern about Carl the Truth Williams.
No concern. He's not on my level.
There's a solid
right by Williams.
He's telling him you got to get closer. Williams is having a picnic. Oh,
Right hand. Left jab, and that right to the ear of...
Very, very questionable. He got nailed that time,
a
Tim.
solid left hook right to the ear. And Williams sensing it. He's got him.
He had a chance to make a lot of money with one of the champions.
And an early knockdown from Williams, a flash knockdown. I thought they may not cut him with another solid right. Now at the end of the round, a short right wobbles him again and got him into the most trouble.
Yeah.
Describe what happened here.
Well, I was trying to basically set...
Another right hand. At the bell, as the bell goes, Williams delivers a clean right hand as Cooper had his arms down.
So all of a sudden I start to put the shot together. Boom. That was a good right. Bert Cooper, like I said, is probably one of the best, and I'm not just saying that because he's present. He's probably one of the best heavyweights out there. You got fighters that come in obese, and this guy has come to fight. Joe Frazier makes sure of that.
Bert was just an all-around tough guy. No matter how you talk tough, he was tough. And I remember before I took that fight, he had put Evander down, and they were talking about it. And I said, well, fuck it, we're going to be in the fight then. Let's fight. And I was ready. I knew I was in shape. So if we had to fight, we're going to fight. I remember he hit me with a right hand. He threw the right hand, and I went down, like just bent over at the waist.
Yeah.
Like, man, that motherfucker hit me. And I got up. I was like, oh, no. And I just came up and started whacking it, you know. Because Alex Stewart almost had, no, not Alex. No, I was talking about Alex. We're talking about Bert. No, Bert, he had me down twice in the beginning. First in the fourth round, I think.
Uh-huh.
The second knockdown, he hit me in the temple. I remember that.
Did you mention Bert Cooper?
I did, yeah.
Bert Cooper is the reason that fight was so hard because we were sparring partners for like three years, and we knew each other. Yeah. And we was both, after the fight, I had a jaw like this. They called me Disney Gillespie because he busted a blood vessel in my jaw, and it got big. From the first round, it was like that. I had to fight that guy for 12 rounds like that, and it was a hurtful fight, man. But we was both getting stitched up at the emergency room. He was on this gurney, and I was over here in the same room getting stitched up together. The only thing that saved me is because I won the fight. Because that was a hell of a fight, man. And then I went home. And the next day, my wife had to take me to the doctor because I was dehydrated, and they kept me in the hospital for 2 days after that fight. Yeah, that was a tough one for me, man. That was fight of the year too, man. That was on record right now as my toughest fight. Oh wow, Bert Cooper, but it was fight of the year, and I'm gonna tell you why it was so tough, man. Because he was my sparring partner for like 2.5, 3 years. We just beat the shit out of each other. Real tough fight.
Ooh,
so
man.
that was my toughest fight. I spent 2 days in the hospital after that because I was wore out.
Oh, 2 days in the hospital. Did you have a broken jaw?
Yeah, no, it wasn't broken. I had a broken blood vessel in my jaw.
Oh.
And it was like it was swelled up, you know, looking like Disney Gillespie or somebody, you know. But I fought with that. I fought from the second round, I think it was. If it wasn't for the first, I fought like that for 12 rounds, man. That thing, and I had an 18-stitch cut in my lip.
Oh, man.
Man, that was a tough fight right there, bro. That was a tough fight.
Underrated heavyweights that you fought, and he never really made big money. He was always an opponent, but to me, he was a beast. Bert Cooper.
Oh, Bert Cooper. Me and
How
him.
tough was Bert?
When we fought, I forget what year it was, but it was fight of the year. And we were both in the emergency room getting stitched up. He was over here and I was over here. And we beat the shit out of each other. He busted a blood vessel in my jaw, and it was like this. And then the first round, he cut me in my lip. I had to get 18 stitches in that.
Damn.
I had to fight 12 rounds with that cut in my lip.
He was tough, huh?
Bert Cooper was tough, man. He's the tough guy that I've ever fought, I believe. I mean, that day he was
that's
smoking Bert Cooper.
Well, I do know him from the time that he used to be a sparring partner of mine. So I know him well as far as his style is concerned, although he's a better fighter now and he does a lot much more. You know, but I anticipate the same type of rough tactics that I've been seeing basically from the other guys. You know, he's very strong, he's bullish, and it's just a matter before I close him down. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting fight because you have a contrast between boxer and puncher. That's what makes this fight so interesting. You know, he's a puncher and I'm a boxer. You know, and that contrast always makes a great match. I'm not going into this particular fight here thinking that I'm going in for an easy time or he's having problems and thinking, oh boy, this guy's having problems, so I'm going to have easy time. No, 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 no. It's not going to be like that. This guy's going to be even more dangerous, sir, than he normally would be.
You see how hard I'm working, Tyson? It won't be long before the title change hands. I'm coming, July 21st. I'ma see you. We got a date. So be there. Be there.
10,000 fight fans have been attracted to this vast Trump Plaza Convention Center to see if Mike Tyson can justify his assertion that he is the greatest fighter on this planet. Good morning. Well, the undisputed world heavyweight champion's challenger this time is Carl the Truth Williams, a 29-year-old who's having his second shot at a world title. 4 years ago, this 6'4" New Jersey fighter came face-to-face with a Larry Holmes, who was then at his peak. Williams losing a controversial decision, but only by 1 point. You certainly are going to go with Tyson, Frank. How quickly do you think that he can dispose of this man?
I'm not too sure. Carl Williams is a sort of like typical typical sort of like American fighter. He's confident. He strives and all this. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't just brush him off that easy. You know what I mean? Because you watch him now, you love all this, you know what I mean? And he's been here before, and now this is his big chance and he won't let it slide. And I hope it's a good fight, you know, because a lot of people come.
This is sort of a reunion here because Williams' left jab is so strong. That should help him as long as he keeps that right hand up.
Bert Grouper, like I said, is probably one of the best, and I'm not just saying that because he's present. He's probably one of the best heavyweights out there. You got fighters that come in obese, and this guy comes to fight. Joe Frazier makes sure of that. And in addition to that, another reason that I took this fight, because he's more or less a clone of Frazier and Tyson, because they're both a clone of Frazier anyway, but he's a clone of Tyson, and I felt after a long layoff, could I come back and sustain what I had before I retired?
Let's go back. People they don't know really basically what they're talking about. Only thing they see is two heavyweights approximately the same size, and they were both aggressive. But there's things I do that I never see Joe Frazier doing. The things he do, I have no comparison with. Maybe I fight, and people look and they say, wow, he looks like this guy. But in my mind, I never think I want to fight like him. I'll be like him.
Throwing the left jab, he must also keep that right hand up and power. There's that left hook.
And you saw Mike pivot upward with both feet planted and turn the hips into the punch. This is where the power comes from.
The reason people fear Mike Tyson because he's one of the few, if not the only man, that can knock you out in the heavyweight division with one punch.
At the devastating left hook.
And what Tyson does here, he bobs and weaves, gets under that jab and counters with a beautiful left hook.
I respect Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson, proved himself as a worthy champion. He fought who he was supposed to fight. He fought the best contenders out there, and he was the last one that did that.
When I felt blood coming out of my nose, I said, can't be, but that's power. Stewart was very tough.
Yeah, I knew Stewart was going to be tough.
You had a tough fight with Alex Stewart, and then you fought Tommy Morrison. Both good fighters, both handfuls in the day, back in the day.
I guess you hit the nail right on the head. Both handfuls. They were good fighters, great fighters. Good.
The bigger guy.
Stewart seems a lot more sure of himself now than he was in the first. Go back to it. He landed. Right hand.
A good right hand.
Badly hurt.
Right hand.
Stewart landed a solid right cross.
Somebody's better do something. That's the
shot that turned that fight around. There was a straight right hand on the bridge of the nose.
When you mentioned Alex, were you talking about Alex Stewart? When you, Holyfield said he was the hardest puncher he'd ever faced.
He cracked me good with a right hand.
Really?
Like I was explaining, and I didn't go down, hit the canvas, but I bent over at the waist, and then I just fired up and started cracking it. I was like, I ain't going down, bro.
I'm not eating another one of those sandwiches.
Not happening.
You got him out of there in the first, though.
Yep.
That's a good way.
Woo, a tough fighter. He hurt me once. I exchanged some good blows with him. It went 4 rounds, 4 good hard rounds. Damn, I'm pleased, boy. Shit.
He steps it up a notch. Ooh, by Holyfield. And just on events right after the 1984 Olympics. The double Holyfield jab. Stewart trying. A lot of supporters in the crowd here for him. And you have to love his patience. He doesn't go after one big bomb. And he's loosened up a little bit in this round. There's a right hand by Stewart. Heavyweights vying for the right. Who's taking his best shots, and there's a good right hand by Stewart. Here he is against Alex Stewart, left hook in a split decision. Tyrell Biggs. And that indicated right hand there from Stewart.
And that's the first time I've ever heard Holyfield berated.
Who's taking his best shots, and there's a good right hand by Stewart. Box. Holyfield now as he tries to get. Ricky Parkey, Ocasio, Banach. Excellent round 5. Branches off. If you joined us late, Holyfield, you have to love his patience. He doesn't go after one big bomb. Back, but it is Holyfield. Trying to counter.
Evander, disappointment or satisfied with your performance?
Well, I did the best I could today. Still very tough, and you know, I don't make no excuses about anything. He's an Alex Stewart's a game fighter. I can't take nothing from him, but he's a very game fighter. I think Alex Stewart got a good future. I think he can beat a lot of guys out there. Yeah, I might have to take my hat off. The guy came out to fight. He had something to prove, and he really proved that he's a good fighter. And he deserved to be in the top 10.
Evander Holyfield, were you satisfied with the performance?
No, really not. You know, he was tough out there. Yeah, I knew Stewart was going to be tough. I knew that he wasn't going to be an easy fight. A young kid out there, 24 knockouts out of 24 fights. And regardless of what they said about the opponents, the guy can punch.
Stewart starting to land, getting confidence.
You don't need that.
Right hand by Stewart. The convention center. They want more action. Here in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Put it together for 3 minutes a round.
Stewart just ducked it. Clubbing right hand. Holyfield trying to zero in on that eye.
And Stewart,
based on the fact that Evander Holyfield has never been knocked out.
in this fight, the fourth round.
And Holyfield letting loose. How much soul searching can you do?
You know, to get back to him.
There are the CompuBox numbers, and
to win this fight is a knockout because he is so far behind. Corners have to be able to motivate fighters and con them, even though Stewart has more connected. Kind of a surprising stat.
Clubbing left. Just under a minute to go. Take a look at the CompuBox numbers. Holyfield has thrown 90 win.
Well, Alex Stewart has not adjusted other.
Stewart just ducked it.
He has not fought with the desperation of someone who knows he needs the big win.
Throwing 70 more.
Very comfortable margin for him, Martley. But he can't sit back and just wait for that. That corner will serve him well enough when he's on top. And try to get a shot early in this bout. For Alex Stewart.
Headlights.
Yeah, it's been quite a transformation as Stewart has been very slow to get going.
Not to lose as opposed to win.
Well, we've talked about him being scared in other fights.
Well, if he doesn't do something, he'll be sizing up a very lopsided scorecard.
To land that one big punch, and you know it's not going to come if he waits.
Because you have to look at the number thrown and connected, not necessarily.
After the first two rounds, Evander has been more of a technician.
Evander Holyfield has dictated the terms of this fight. Alex Stewart does some nice countering.
Yeah, he waits for Evander Holyfield. Holyfield in trouble. This has been a bit of a chess match.
The double jab by Stewart. Holyfield is
very, very explosive type of a bout. And here,
this third
should have been very easy to lure him into a brawl because of he has to be impressive so that he can warrant a title rematch.
Well, Stewart trying to come on and put some punches together, and well, that's nice. And now Holyfield and Stewart exchange here at the end of round 10, the first real action of the round.
Message. He timed that missed jab by Holyfield and landed smartly. Stewart too much in a reactionary mode, and Carl mentioned earlier.
Well, Stewart unleashes a combination.
He has not fought with the desperation of someone who knows he needs the big win to get into contention. The opportunity for him here is enormous.
No, this is the story of his career. He's been taking a lot, giving away.
There for Stewart to get off first, and he waits. Whereas Holyfield has the idea now. Stewart with the uppercut.
Get Holyfield to throw the jab, not par with it. And Stewart is getting braver here in round 4.
In with an experienced fighter.
Left hand in the championship, he was fighting 2 times a year, and this is right about on pace. And now Holyfield and Stewart exchange here at the end of round 10, the first real action of the round. As Holyfield lets Stewart off the rope, as Stewart scores with a right hand and another.
Holyfield lets Stewart off the rope, as Stewart scores with a right hand and another.
Scorecards.
He might want to run as far away from them as he can. Hands happen.
And Stewart again coming forward. Stewart trying to unleash that big right hand and does score with a combination.
It's inside and does some nice work. He's got to make the instantaneous.
Both fighters score at the bell.
Knockdowns. You look at Tyson moving in with controlled fury, and the right hand puts Stewart down. By this time, Stewart still wobbly from the first knockdown, and he went down without Mike having to land a crushing blow. Another look at knockdown number 2. And you can see that the right hand simply glanced off the top of Stewart's head, but it was enough to put down a very wobbly fighter at that point.
As a heavyweight, what do you think about him fighting Mike Tyson?
He wouldn't stand a chance against Tyson. George wouldn't stand a chance against Tyson. Why? Tyson is too well seasoned. You know what I'm saying? He's young and he's strong.
There's also talk of Evander Holyfield. Could Foreman stand there with Holyfield?
I don't think so. Stamina.
Yes, will you get George Foreman a shot at the title the next year or so?
I don't, by any means, discriminate. Anybody, if you deserve a shot at the title, you got it.
Yes.
Tyson Foreman, if when, how soon?
I think that right now the winner of the fight tonight, Mike Tyson, George Foreman, should collide. Buster Douglas seems he's on the hideaway for a while and lawsuits and things of that nature, or he want to be a wrestler or whatever. I want to get in the ring, and Mike Tyson and George Foreman shouldn't be fighting anyone else but one another.
I'll fight anybody, but right now I'm going to get ready to leave. I'm going to get ready to catch a plane and go to Cleveland. But the only thing I want to do is just be my son.
Would you rather fight the winner of Foreman Holyfield?
I would fight anyone.
Would you rather fight the winner of Foreman Holyfield? I would fight anyone. Fight anyone.
Evander Holyfield's watching you right now. Anything to say for him?
In due time. He's not the real champ until he fights me.
Thank you, Mike.
My plans are to fight Evander, defend it against Evander, and then, in turn, give Tyson a rematch.
Well, let me ask you the same question I asked Buster. If you should win the heavyweight championship in the fall, would you go after Foreman, who you might consider an easy opponent for a lot of money, before you defend it against Tyson?
No, I would fight the #1 contender. I feel that Tyson's still the #1 contender, and he deserved a shot.
Thank you, Evander. Now to you, Jim.
You presented letters, Don King, from the WBA, WBC, and the IBF that stated Mike Tyson should fight the winner of the World Championship bout between Buster Douglas and Evander Holyfield. Now, Holyfield, the winner of the fight and current champion, decided to accept the challenge of George Foreman instead of Mike Tyson.
Well, certainly it would be the proper thing to do, because the precedent has been set. When
when Muhammad Ali went directly back to fight Leon Spinks and avoided Ken Norton, the WBC vacated the title. Jimmy Young and Ken Norton fought for the title. It was there. When Larry Holmes refused to fight Greg Page as a mandatory challenger, Larry Holmes relinquished the title, and the WBC vacated the title, and they fought and got a new champion of the WBC.
No, I would fight the #1 contender.
I had an option that from 3 organizations to fight. You know what I mean? Paper writing, we have in paper writing for me to be the mandatory defense from the winner of Douglas and Holyfield.
Right.
And then after that, it totally changed. I just want to know what happened from the time before he fought Douglas till after. Why did it change?
Right.
I was the mandatory challenger, and now why I wasn't? Now he's fighting Foreman.
Right.
You have to have a great opponent. Right now, the man out there is Evander Holyfield.
Now, basically, I'm gonna take. I've asked for fights with him, and what he does, he fights. He doesn't even fight a #1 contender. He fights George Foreman.
There was a time when you wouldn't consider fighting George Foreman. Has that changed?
We'll fight. We'll fight eventually, I hope.
Due respect to Mike Tyson, I have a feeling most Americans would like to see George Foreman be the heavyweight champion again.
He will be.
You think he will be?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's going to knock out Holyfield, and then Tyson will knock him out.
You think Tyson will knock out George Foreman? But in a fight with Tyson and Foreman, don't you think most Americans will be pulling for Foreman?
Not necessarily so.
I think so.
Well, you got those who are the aged.
Don King was here, and he said that George Foreman would beat Evander Holyfield. Do you believe that?
I really don't believe that personally. I don't believe that, no.
How should Evander approach the fight?
You see, just the way he fights, he'll run around and he'll wait to catch with a clean shot, and then once he hurt him, he'll probably throw a bunch of punches and knock the whole guy out.
There was a time when you wouldn't consider fighting George Foreman. Has that changed?
We'll fight. We'll fight eventually, I hope.
Yes, will you get George Foreman a shot at the title the next year or so?
I don't, by any means, discriminate. Anybody, if you deserve a shot at the title, you got it.
Yes.
In all fairness to Foreman, he has fought his share of quality opponents, but those bouts took place nearly 2 decades ago, facing the likes of Ali and Frazier. If you look at the list of victims George has had in his comeback, what's hard to differentiate between fruits and vegetables?
The definition of tomato can in boxing parlance. An opponent. One who is not expected to mount much of a challenge to the star of the show.
They're gooey, gushy, squishy, mushy, rotten to the core. They're standing outside your door. Attack of the killer tomatoes. Attack of the killer tomatoes. They'll beat you, bash you, squish you, mash you, chew you up for brunch, and finish you off for dinner or lunch.
Well, it's been said that I won't fight a guy unless he's on a respirator, and I tell him that's a lie. He has to be 8 days off the respirator.
Attack of the killer tomatoes. Attack of the killer tomatoes. They'll beat you, bash you, squish you, mash you, chew you up for brunch, and finish you off for dinner or lunch. Attack of the killer tomatoes. Attack of the killer tomatoes. They'll beat you, bash you, squish you, mash you, chew you up for brunch, and finish you off for dinner or lunch. Munch, munch, dinner or lunch, munch, munch, dinner or lunch.
I think Holyfield is reluctant. You hate to use that word, especially when you talk about a determined guy like Evander Holyfield. But is he staying away from Ruddock right now? How do you think Ruddock would do against Evander Holyfield?
He's got too much size for Evander. Unless Evander has sharpened his competitive edge, which has been dulled in 3 very dull fights, it would be a very interesting fight, which I think Razor Ruddock has the edge on right now, unless he can recapture that fire and come back firing like he did. We'll see when he fights Riddick Bowe. He may not get past Riddick Bowe. Muhammad alongside.
He should get the opportunity to fight Holyfield for the title. Holyfield has been dodging everybody, stepping on the rules. He's never fought a contender since he's been in the business.
Who would win if Razor and Holyfield fought?
You know, the kind of guy, I would think Razor would beat him. Because the guy is so big, you know, he's so big and he punches so hard.
Now, a lot of people, yourself included, I imagine, that feel that you should be getting a title shot tonight. Why do you think you're not going to be in the ring?
Well, my opinion is that they figure that I'm a dangerous threat to the heavyweight title and they don't want to lose it, so they don't want to give me my shot right now. They're going to wait till I'm about 40 years old. I hope it's not true.
So really, at this point, all you really want is a chance to prove yourself.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to prove to the people that I am the true champion. They just don't want to give me my shot.
How about Razor Ruddock? People talk about him being an untested fighter, but a fighter that's potentially a devastating puncher.
Well, we would know when he fight Dokes. Dokes is a good fighter, and I think to prove that he's ready for a title fight is the win over Dokes, because Dokes has proven himself to be a great fighter.
The long fight, not using his legs at all.
Dokes went down to the Dokes is down, and he may be out, man. It's all over.
It's all over. What an impressive performance by Razor Ruddock. This is the best young heavyweight prospect I've seen in years, Sam. Strong, good, hard puncher.
2 left hooks knocked out Michael Dokes. He is down. Unbelievable finish.
Sam, the power in that left hook. There's the first left hook. That wobbles him back pretty good. He's hurt now.
Razor Ruddock.
It's that left uppercut. He threw it with everything he could. There's that left hook again. And look at this,
One
Sam.
more. Oh, man. He was out after the second left hook, and the third one put him down and out for the night.
And there goes those devastating left hooks. What a performance.
And as we said all along, look at the power and the force generated by Razor Ruddock when he throws his punches. Phenomenal.
Michael Dokes has one of the best chins in boxing. That's why this is such an impressive performance. Here's a big, young, strong, mobile guy. They want to know where the next heavyweight champion is coming from. You may be looking at him.
Now Michael Dokes still down. 2 doctors in attendance. He is conscious.
You think maybe a Buster Douglas or Mike Tyson may look at this guy and say, hey, forget about him. I'm gonna circumvent him.
If Holyfield should go on and win a title, this is the #1 contender right now.
He fought one of the best heavyweights in the world. Ali told me when a fighter has his last go around, he is dangerous. Donovan Razor Ruddock got to go down today as the hardest puncher in the boxing world today.
I would say that one name that's not on your resume, and I'm wondering why a fight never happened with Evander Holyfield.
Are you nobody George Foreman didn't want to fight me. Evander Holyfield didn't want to fight me. Nobody want to fight me. They say I'm too dangerous to take a chance. They don't say that. They don't want to take no chance with me because I'm too lethal. Razor Ruddock.
Razor Ruddock is looking for a fight. He can't get a shot at the title. Like a lonely bull in the ring, this Canadian fighter works out of a makeshift gymnasium, which is really an old warehouse in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
I think Razor Ruddock is an incredible champion.
I say that Ruddock is an excellent fighter.
Razor Ruddock, great fighter, future champ of the world. He's got the whole future ahead of him.
Ruddock is a very hard puncher.
There's no doubt in my mind that Ruddock is really a good hard puncher.
His attack is very, very vicious.
Crowd around me are screaming for it to be stopped. The big left coming in and Bone Crusher topples. That surely will be it. He's never going to recover from that.
He's already going to fight for the title. What's he got to gain? Nothing. What's he got to lose? Everything. And the opposite for Ruddock.
How dangerous is Razor Ruddock? Well, you know, he looks like a very tough, very strong guy. I'm up for the fight and I'm prepared. I'm just up for it. I want to fight him.
Partner named Murad Muhammad. Murad Muhammad has Razor Ruddock. And I have Tyson, so we joined forces together. And so now they're going to fight each other, and everybody's saying, why will he fight Razor Ruddock? Because Razor Ruddock is a tough kid. And Razor Ruddock is the number 2 contender. Tyson is the number 1. So they're meeting to bring truth and integrity back to the game of boxing.
Coming arbitration with regard to the WBC championship and the possible WBC title fight with Ruddock.
Well, it really don't matter as long as I can fight for the title. I love to fight Ruddock. I want to show everybody he's not the baddest man in the world they once said he is.
Let's talk about Razor Ruddock for a few moments. Obviously, the fight coming up March 18th, Monday night. We'll take a look at some video of him. There are some people who suggest you have very little to gain by fighting a guy who could be a tough character. I mean, a guy's got a tremendous left hook. He's been in a situation where, you know, obviously he tore apart people that we've seen before. Do you know it's going to be hell?
I'm prepared for anything. I understand he's a good fighter, but hey, we'll see.
The big boy.
Yeah.
Right? 6'3", 6'4", 235, a lot heavier, 20 pounds heavier than you. But you fought big boys before.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Think, Ferdy, that Tyson is taking a risk by fighting Ruddock?
Anytime you get in a ring with a guy that's this big, this guy's a building, that's a terrific risk. But one thing about Tyson, who is reminds me a lot of Ali, he wants the best in with him. That's, so far as I've seen in his career, he fights who's ever there, as Ali did. To me, this is Ali Frazier shaping up. This is a big, big fight between two guys that want each other.
Ruddock. Razor Ruddock. 2 straight knockouts. Big left hand, too. Almost killed Michael Dose. Everybody's saying I'm making a big mistake.
A punch thrown by Razor Ruddock knocked out Bone Crusher Smith for 7 minutes. Mike Tyson couldn't even knock Smith down. Another punch laid out Michael Dokes for 12 minutes. Dokes may never fight again. A lot of fighters won't get in the ring with Ruddock, but then who in their right mind would?
Razor Ruddock poses one hell of a challenge.
Razor Ruddock, he's 25-1-1. You're talking about a guy that's coming off a spectacular win with Dokes. He's got all the credentials. He's big. He can punch. He's got everything you look for. He could score another great upset over Tyson if he keeps focused.
Ruddock's left hook is an awesome weapon. I mean, it is, you know, it is the most powerful single shot in heavyweight boxing, and obviously heavyweights are the hardest hitters in boxing. He can knock anybody out with that shot.
The big question here is why is Tyson fighting Ruddock? Ruddock knocked out one guy for 7 minutes, knocked out another one for 12, almost killed Michael Dokes. He's a guy that shatters collarbones, breaks ribs, breaks jaws. Why would Tyson want to fight a man like this?
Tyson had to take this fight. Beating Stewart is one thing. Fighting Ruddock is another. And he had to prove to the boxing world that he is Iron Mike.
If he beats me, that would be the greatest out of all of it.
The fact is, you know, I feel I'm the best fighter in the world. I shouldn't have to duck anybody. I never duck anybody. What's the use of being in the business if you're not the best?
Tyson is back. Ruddock doesn't seem to care. Tyson seemed a bit frustrated in the opening round. Now,
Tyson keeps pounding.
Less than 30 seconds. And the biggest thing, I guess, was against Michael Dokes.
Hold it together. Put your arm back, Razor.
From Tyson. You do not want to get in there with Tyson. He's got... Hurricane is building up.
There's a big right by Tyson. He's just leaning on Tyson. Oh, right by Tyson.
Surprised at himself. He's here, but he's not effective. Quite get there.
There's a left by Ruddock. A left by Tyson, and down goes Ruddock.
Let's take a look at that. Just when Ruddock thought he was on pay dirt, landing good punches, in comes a counter punch. What a tremendous shot by Tyson. Lucky that he got up. Wonderful left hook. The patented Tyson killer, the left hook.
Oh, body shot. Oh, right by Tyson.
He's got to get his fire going again. Steele, warning. Oh!
To officiate this one. Boy, that ship with Tyson's promoter, Don King. Oh, there's a right hand by Mike Tyson.
Let's watch the way that Mike Tyson works. Look at that uppercut. Then he comes back with a bunch of the best. I don't think anybody can question his integrity or his honesty. The action continues. You see that later on in that round. Fight, even though he's getting chopped down little by little. Whoa, nice right hand.
Come on, Brad.
Tyson way ahead, 50 to 43 unofficially on my card. He's taking every round in a 10-8 round.
Punching it out.
Those punches took a little bit of effect on Tyson.
Winning over a lot of people here for withstanding this kind of barrage. Oh, what a right by Tyson. Oh, the left. Now the right combination. Steele steps in. Is it over? It's over. It's over. And Mike Tyson has defeated Razor Ruddock here in the 7th round.
Which one you will rate? Quale pugile tu classificheresti il migliore? The best you ever fought in your personal ranking?
I don't know.
Non lo so. Vediamo.
Maybe
Forse
maybe Tony Tucker or
Tony Tucker.
Tyrell Biggs.
O Tyrell Biggs.
This guy Ruddock.
O questo qua, Ruddock.
Who was the first person that when they hit you was like, oh, okay, this guy hits pretty hard?
Razor Ruddock, there's a lot of hard punches out there.
Razor Ruddock?
How was he punching? Was it hurting
like
him?
a son of, he punches like a fucking mule kick. Unbelievable. Excuse my French, please. Oh my God.
You fought with Donovan Razor Ruddock. He punched like a fucking mule kick, as you said after the so eloquently.
I was very colorful back then.
I liked it. And then you signed right up for a rematch with the guy. So there's a guy who wasn't scared to trade.
Well, this is what I knew. I knew from that first fight, the rematch was real close. I guess it was March, and what was the second one? June.
It was quickly or soon thereafter.
I knew he wouldn't be the same guy because I just knew he wouldn't be the same guy. And as you know, after that fight, he had broken ribs, cheekbones, eye sockets. You know, he endured it, but he was never the same after that fight.
Right.
I'm the only guy who went toe-to-toe with Tyson.
Who's the toughest guy you ever fought?
Come on, you guess.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah. He
What
was.
set him apart from other guys you fought?
You know, the funny thing about it is that I fight a lot of bigger guys, and I thought they were very strong. When I went in the ring with Tyson the first time and I clinched with Mike Tyson, I'm wondering, what is he on? Okay? This man is stronger than the other guys I've been in the ring with, and he's a smaller guy. So I was very shocked.
You say was your toughest opponent?
But Tyson by
Yeah.
without speaking, is Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
He's horrible. In the ring, he's horrible. he literally tried to kill me. And I said, no, I'm telling you, I said, okay.
Sometimes it's not the most obvious answer, but who was your toughest opponent in the ring?
Tyson, of course.
Okay.
Tyson don't know. I think he knows how strong he is. He knows. And when he's young and when he's in shape, and that's why this little Jake Paul shit got on my last nerve.
Me too.
Because they're trying to diminish Tyson for this little prick. And I'm telling you, he told out to the guy, if he trained half a percent, if he can go 3 minute round, Jake Paul can't stay with him for 1 minute.
Who's the guy? Because you came up in the heavyweight division with a lot of phenomenal heavyweight fighters. Who's the guy that hit you the hardest? Is that Mike Tyson also?
I'm telling you, the kid is a it's like a little robot.
Things to do in the world, but people don't realize that until they get in the ring for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. They realize that this is the hardest shit ever.
I'm telling you, when if you walk in the ring with me, someone walk in the ring with me, and when they clinch with me and they realize that, listen to me, oh my God, I don't believe people like this exist.
Yeah.
That's how I feel when I run into Tyson. The guy was like, oh my gosh, he was strong.
No, of course. It's Mike Tyson. He's a little bull.
Was it more his speed or his power that stood out?
Strength. You see, he have more strength. He have a lot of speed, but he has a whole bunch of strength. His speed is his strength speed. Not, you understand? It's strength speed, just pure.
Right.
Just pure brute force.
Well, I'll tell you, man, you missed a couple of those punches by this much that would have him out.
I'm still feeling it right now. I also sparred with Larry Holmes.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, and he was about to fight, I think, Michael Spinks. And I went down there to get some sparring, and I got some sparring, but he didn't like my sparring, so he fired me.
Why? Why didn't he like it? You were going too hard on him, or what?
I was firing too much shots, yeah.
Didn't you beat Lennox Lewis as an amateur?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Razor Ruddock was a sparring partner of mine. In fact, we sparred together so we would help each other. And he had such a great jab. He actually helped me develop my jab because he had a great jab. And when we sparred so much, it's like I was learning off of him, and it was like I wanted my jab to be good. He would hit me with his jab. I'm like, nah, this guy hit me with his jab. It was like a fight, almost like a fight, but it was actually sparring matches. We're helping each other, but it was a fight. You know, I didn't want him to get the better of me. He didn't want me to get the better of him. So we helped each other get better.
Especially with those 224 pounds. Tyson connects right there on
the inside. You turn your palm in and throw that uppercut. Both of them trading them.
Counter punch, and there's a body blow thrown with the heavy right by Mike Tyson.
Getting out of the way of most of them.
Body punches, and Mathis trying to fight.
It's both the break.
Oh, Tyson caught him with the right uppercut right there.
Use that right-footed pivot. Swing around on your opponent's side and then crack.
Oh, he got a right uppercut. Another right uppercut. And down goes Mathis.
And stepping over to his right, using a right-footed pivot and then connecting.
See in super slow-mo, you'll see Mike. See him step around?
Yep.
Yeah, here you see it. What I said earlier, too, he was trying to give himself the room. He stepped off, gave himself room to wind up and tear in with that uppercut. And
Mike Tyson had to get some room. He took a step over to the side and a step back. And then he landed 90% of the power of the punches right on the end, that final snap. And that's what it does to opponents down there on the canvas.
Every time he comes in, he's going to hold him. He's not going to let Mike do
where he got hurt in the first round. That right hand, that could have been a cut right there. See the heads go together? Well, he's not going to be here for 12 rounds, I guarantee you.
Oh, a left cut. This is what Bruno expected. He said he's not looking for the Tyson who fought McNeely and Mathis.
Now let's take a look at how Tyson took care of business. Ducked under, a shot under the arm, in the legs, and from here on out, a rain of punches which buckled Frank Bruno until he was helpless.
If you let Mike Tyson take another look at it, Mike lands a body shot there and then the hook. And then what he does best, he comes up, another hook and right hand. When he came in with one punch possible, not totally, committed to that punch to hurt Tyson, to land it, but to hold. There's the hook, and he's going to come up with the uppercut. He's going to work his way in. He steps around with another hook.
Tyson!
Frank Bruno until he was helpless.
If you let Mike Tyson, that one hurt. You would see the knees buckle if we had a bigger angle. That uppercut is such a vicious punch, I can't begin to tell you. And he gets such a leverage lifting his opponents off the floor.
Boom, there you go. And then another one.
The best ever. Laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes. And it is all over.
He is a finisher par excellence. And he finished tonight, and Frank Bruno had no chance.
A ferocious display by Mike Tyson.
I've been in there twice with him. You know what I mean? And I should know, but Lennox Lewis is a good fighter as well, but Tyson's a dangerous hombre, man.
Mike Tyson wanted to kill people.
He had a nice long rest there, but he has felt. Back comes Seldon.
All right, now Mike's coming in. He senses the kill. There's the left hook. Bruce goes back to the ropes and down. The crowd is booing. I hear him in the background. I'll tell you why they're booing, Steve. They don't believe those were legitimate shots for heavyweight champions to be knocked out with.
But Mike Tyson is a very fast type of guy. You know, they've been saying how Mike Tyson, he's a destroyer.
You were one of those guys that was, I think everybody was scared to fight, you know? We spoke with Shannon Briggs on the show, and he said that the hardest he's ever been hit was by you, and that we also heard Evander Holyfield say the same thing.
Correct. now, bad way is maybe white buffalo never get a rematch.
Yeah.
Because maybe I hit too hard, you know.
Down goes Botha. That's all it took. One shot.
Chopping right hand. There it is. Right on.
You look at the body. He turns his body into this punch. His hips, his shoulders, from the floor up, he drives this right hand in.
Bobby, take
Here's
this.
a different angle, and you can watch Botha coming and what he sees. Mike steps into him, bang. He turned his whole body, his hip, his legs.
So you think that Tyson had more power than Lennox?
Yeah, definitely. Mike Tyson is one of the hardest hitters.
Who was the best fighter you ever fought?
Yeah, you gotta say Mike Tyson. It's a great event. I mean, it's a fight that I clearly easily could have won easily, but you know, he's got the power to even knock you out in the last round. And like I said, the punch that he landed, Tiger Woods couldn't hit a golf ball better.
Would you say that Tyson was the hardest puncher you've ever faced?
Oh yes, by far. You know, but he's like I said, he's got the power to knock you out in any round. And he threw a right hand, but I think Tiger Woods couldn't hit a golf ball better than that. I mean, Mike Tyson has got power to knock you out in any round. Doesn't matter if it's the last round, he'll catch you out. Now, speed is power. I mean, Muhammad Ali showed us that many times. But with speed, you know, speed is power. And the thing with Mike Tyson is he's got both.
You know what? Mike's got the power that can knock you out in any round. I mean, the punch that you miss, you win your full price your fight. That's the power he's got.
Had one of the vintage jabs in the heavyweight division.
By Savarese sends Douglas down.
He's the first to knock down the sequence. Tell us what you see here.
Well, I was looking, and he kept dropping his jab. And I perfect. That's what we've been working on, turning our back foot. And that's we did with Tim Hallmark.
Back working again. Not much snap on it there. Big right hand. Douglas is down. Up at 4.
Well, that was bigger than the first one. 7. A lazy jab, and Lou Savarese very opportunistic there. Then he watched his big right hand here, the second knockdown. That was Titanic on the temple.
Take a look. This kid is a promoter's dream. Big, tall, strong guy. Just knocked out Buster Douglas. Now it's a question of finding the next step up the ladder for him.
He hurt you at all?
Yeah, he did. He has a good punch. He's a good puncher. He has some punch in his hands. I mean, he's heavy. He's a good boxer.
observers tell us that both fighters did. Now Savarese reverses positions with eyes on the ropes and hammers.
He said you did hurt him. Did you feel that you were hurting him?
I hurt him with a few right hands, but he's a tough guy. He's stood in there.
I agree. I think that was not a good...
Oh, there goes Savarese. That left hook hurts Savarese, but I don't think George knows it.
Hard left hand by Foreman.
We heard you say in the corner, I don't understand how he's standing up.
I did not understand that. I hit this guy with lead right hands and lead left hands that should have dropped anyone. I don't know where he's got the strength and the legs to do that. I still don't understand that.
Lou is strong. He came to fight that fight. He was in shape. I wasn't. I thought it was going to be easy, but I really didn't look at a lot of his fights and say that this guy could really punch, and he probably, if I'm not in shape, he probably could hurt me. He was strong.
By TKO and new WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Lou Savarese.
Found some new fans out here in Frans. Absolutely, and one of them is...
Tyson through. It was like a kick from a horse, and the first one he throws is a left hook that puts Savarese on the floor and looks badly shaken up from it.
And he was absolutely destroyed by the first punch that Tyson landed, high on the head, bang,
Top
down
of the
he
head,
went.
right on the corner.
First punch.
First punch called him.
Well, let's just watch this again. I think this was the follow-up, wasn't it? Oh, no, it wasn't. No, that was that punch definitely landed on the head.
Yeah, it landed there.
That punch definitely landed on the head, didn't it?
This opening round. Oh, another big left. It's going to be stopped.
The left hook there, and at that point the legs were really gone.
Oh,
that one finished the job.
Another big left hand.
Lou, I got to throw a question out there. Carl, I got this question. All right, we know you fought Mike Tyson. Recently, everybody's heard he's going on this rant about this drug and all, man. What's your take on all that, man?
It's funny you say that because you learn as you get older. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. So, you know, I love Mike and I pray for him and everything, but he's got a lot of issues. So, you know, to go back into 2000, I would give up anything to be in his position. But now I look at him and I have empathy and sympathy. So he's in a rough position right now. I love Mike. He's a human being, great guy. He's got issues and. You know, I think if he had the opportunities that I had, my parents were incredible. I think if he had those same role models, he'd be in great shape right now. But.
This is the first guy I ever fought that could hit me with a jab at will. It surprised me and it threw me off.
Andrew has a very good jab. He has a good right hand and a good left hook.
Rebounded from adversity in some of his fights, but he's in big charge here.
Andrew has a good left hook and he has better endurance, and I think that Andrew's hunger and desire to become the first Polish heavyweight champion will give him a lift.
I think Andrew Golota is the most talented heavyweight in the world.
Big, good-looking guy, strong guy, could punch, you know, could fight, could do it all, you know.
How do you remember Andrew Golota fight?
Oh man, tough. Man, see, the thing about Andrew, people don't realize. He had bronze medals in the Olympics. All kind of amateur experience. Natural big guy. Andrew is the guy we came up together. I know what kind of talent Andrew got. So I was like, okay, this is the guy I always wanted to fight. I just wanted to match skill with him. To me, honestly, he would have been a dominant heavyweight. Andrew is the heavyweight body that I always wanted.
Well, when it started, I don't think I've ever seen anybody as big as Golota. In person, he has a dipstick, I think. He is absolutely huge.
Clarify that?
Yes, well, he's like a truck.
With an 80-inch reach, Andrew Golota. As Hayden goes down.
The talent, he had the talent. To me, best Polish heavyweight I've ever seen. He got the skill that everybody else wanted. He was just a knucklehead. He could have been heavyweight champion for a long time. He was the guy that, when he came on the scene, 6'4", 240 pounds, everybody like, you see how big this guy is? And he's talented. Got a good right hand, can fight, got the jab, got just good boxing skills. But a knucklehead. I call him a knucklehead just because he never won a heavyweight title. And with all that talent and size, he should have been literally dominating the division for a while.
Looking at talent, do you see Golota as he was just as talented as Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, you, and the Klitschko's? Do you see it that way?
He's right in the mix. Think about him fighting Michael Grant, messes up, winning. Get in with Lennox Lewis. I don't know what happened. When he fought Lennox Lewis, I was like, no, this is an even fight.
50-50.
It's even, in my opinion. I was like, I don't know if Lennox could take that right hand. He get caught with the right hand in the first round, and would have been the dominant guy. I'm telling you, he's in my era. He's the guy. I didn't worry about David. I didn't worry about David Tua. I wanted to fight Lennox Lewis like crazy. The reason why I fought Andrew, because I always wanted. I just like fighting guys with skill. And so when I was fighting Andrew, he locking his right hand. That's how I'm looking at his right hand. I'm like, oh man, he trying to set me up. So let me get close and slug with him. Because if I stay out in bay and try to box like I normally do, he gonna catch me with it. You know, I have a lot of respect for Andrew. You know, talented guy, man. Andrew, I mean, I give him props. He's one of the most talented guys, especially to never win a heavyweight title. He's not stupid. He's a smart, very intelligent guy. He know boxing. But like I said, he's a knucklehead for not doing the right things in the ring. Think about it. He fights Riddick Bowe when Riddick Bowe was at the top of his game. Everybody had him basically #1 heavyweight. Dominate him in 2 fights and get disqualified in 2 fights. Who does that? Dominating the guy the whole time. Would have won the fight, would have been considered the best heavyweight in the world. Everybody would have been like this. I was on notice. I'm like, man, he killing Riddick Bowe. I mean, just dominating him. And then gave it away. I'm like, who does that? So.
Well, you know, Andrew Golota was a good fighter. He was a lot better than what a lot of people thought he was, and he was very strong. And most people couldn't beat him. But I couldn't see how he freak out and hit somebody low when he beating them anyway. I'm telling you, he the only person that ever fought Riddick Bowe and was beating him both times and found a way to disqualify himself. You know, it was just kind of sad, but he the only person that were able to fight Riddick Bowe straight up and beat him like that. Nobody else, wasn't nobody else able to do that.
Andrew Golota is like a fatally flawed great talent.
They can't all be intentional.
No doubt about it. Golota could be probably one of the best young heavyweights I've seen in a lot of years.
He has a world of talent.
He's got the talent. He has a good left jab, combinations, everything. What's going on in this guy's head? Why do you do things like this? I don't understand it. He could have won this fight hands down.
How did this start?
You know, I think it started with an unintentional low blow. Andrew has a habit of looping his punches, and Bowe kept pulling his head down. He hit Andrew behind the head 3 or 4 times, hit him a couple times low. He was only warned 1 time. I think they got scared because Bowe was getting hurt.
But your fighter clearly was in the wrong for landing so many low blows. Don't you agree?
Bowe was in the wrong too for landing behind the head and landing low blows. I'm not going to argue who started it. I'm not saying it's right. It happened, but this is a disgrace.
Riddick Bowe clearly was whipped from round to round. He fought a good fight, but let me tell you, Golota is the better man tonight.
Golota may be the best fighter in the world today who can't win a fight honestly. He beat Riddick Bowe, and I believe he can whip any fighter if he's given an opportunity in the ring.
Off the potential that Golota showed tonight, that he can learn to fight without fouling, because there's something there.
He is a great fighter. He doesn't need that in his career at all. Riddick Bowe, he's got to go back to school.
Andrew Golota and Nicholson was a really good fight, but what you saw, I believe Golota could beat the handful of them because he was so exceptionally strong, and he takes a really good punch too.
The million-dollar question for Michael Grant tonight is this. Having dominated some of the better B-list heavyweights out there, how will he do against an A-list talent like Golota if Golota doesn't self-destruct?
Does it make the guy follow you around? Hard right hand by Golota! Well, we know Golota has power.
I would say the Golota fight, bro.
Oof.
Yeah.
Andrew's a tough son of a bitch, bro.
Yeah. That fucker, man, is Yeah, he's something else, bro. And
Who would you say of the people you actually fought in the ring was the hardest puncher?
Lance Lewis, bro.
Yeah.
And Golota.
Dude, I know Andrew personally. He doesn't do. I mean, well, he might shoot up. I don't know, but he is a workhorse.
Yeah.
That dude works so freaking hard.
But
hard and talent, you know. This guy was obviously very talented. Andrew was just a hard worker, you know. Really good dude.
Yeah.
Really, man, I know Andrew personally. He's a good dude, and that joker is always in shape. He could fight.
Andrew Golota?
Yep. He is a gorilla. That dude is always in shape. He's a good dude.
Always trained. He was in shape, yeah. But he did have a Superman body, like, you know, not the weightlifting one, right?
That dude trained like a freaking like a workhorse. He trained every day, man.
And he works real hard. He runs in the morning. He comes over here and trains. He goes to the health club. I mean, he runs again. He goes swimming a lot. He's a real good athlete. Well, I had seen Andrew in the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, Korea, when I was over there. And there was Lennox Lewis, there was Ruddock Bowe, there was Ray Mercer, and there was Andrew. They were the four outstanding guys. And I said, you know, someday the best pro style is Andrew. The toughest guy is Andrew. The best puncher is Andrew. And I've always said right along, if I get associated with him, we're going to make him champion of the world.
Golota filters into the mix now of possible opponents for the Holyfield-Lewis winner. You put him there?
Oh, yes, most definitely. He has quick hands. He has that huge frame for a heavyweight that we like to see. He has pretty good punching power, and he throws a lot of punches. He showed a lot of movement tonight. He showed a lot of good things that makes for a good fight with any of the top 10 heavyweights right now.
What you're going to be facing when you fight Tyson?
Oh, it's no matchup, you know. Tyson's a faster and stronger guy, I think, you know, and you know what, it would be a very interesting fight with me.
Of all the three top guys that are fighting, who would you like to fight best?
I fight anybody, you know. I don't care.
You, inside you, who would you like to fight best?
I love Mike Tyson, you know, but
Mike Tyson, not bad.
It's up to him, you know.
Tyson. Another over some of Tyson's recent opponents.
Tyson throwing a big wide right hand to the body, Steve.
The left eye of Golota.
Nice right hand by Mike over the top.
Here. Oh, a big right hand again by Mike Tyson.
To stop that big jab. See, Golota slapping here. He can't actually job, Steve.
Oh! Down goes Andrew Golota. What a right! Straight right off the button. Golota
is an overhand right. Watch his overhand right. That is right on the money. Golota's got a whole new problem. Here you're going to see it. He comes into him, bends. Beautiful leverage. Look at him turn that shoulder in. That is a full power shot.
Andrew Golota, your fight against Andrew Golota. Do you remember this time?
That's a long time ago.
Of course long. Be serious though. Do you remember this fight? Can you
Yeah,
tell something else? How you remember this time? About this fight against Andrew Golota?
I don't know. I remember we fought, and I think we stopped in the third round or second round of the fight and stuff. You know, I always liked Andrew and stuff because I feel like Andrew's always been abused. The boxing world abused him like it abused me. And I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? Nobody's nobody's non-exclusive. Everybody's involved. If you're involved, black, white, Canuck, Pole, Russian, I don't care what American, they're gonna abuse you. You know what I mean? He got abused. He should have been heavyweight champion. He beat Ruiz easily. Another guy he beat. Two guys he beat. Stayed for the championship, and he won. And they really abused him, you know, and they were stereotyping him, you know, pull out jokes and stuff. And that's human. He's a human being, and that affects people. You know, that really affects people. And you know, he's nobody special, but he got a real raw deal in the boxing world. You know, It's really bad deal. People that didn't care about him, like such my situation. People don't care about you. They throw you in there like meat. You know, they stole his titles. Yeah, he should have been champion. They stole his titles. You know, that's enough to drive somebody insane. You know, having trust in somebody, then realize this guy's the enemy. The guy that you think is your friend and brother, he's really the enemy. He just wants to use you as meat.
Moving, I'm trying to get to the side and look for the opening, and I see it. Boom, straight, boom. Just like the one Freddie Roach was working.
Now, you've hit a lot of people, Mike, and I know it may be a little quick to estimate this. Have you hit anybody harder than that? It was very clean.
I hope I'm just glad he didn't hurt his leg. But I was just very happy with the sharp punch, an accurate punch, and praise be to Allah, no one gotten hurt.